who's now the offensive coordinator of the Houston Texans. And I remember Burt Breer had something that it was Kaylee's call to stay with the Rams. Told you, he was with the Patriots from 25 to 2022. He was offered the Patriots offensive coordinator job at a very competitive salary. This was under new head coach Gerard Mayo. At the time, Breer reported that Kaylee turned down his former employer. Breer said it was tough to say no, but Kaylee had such a good experience last year with the Rams that the idea of leaving them more difficult turning down a coordinator job. Think about that, because I'm going to play some Robert Kraft stuff for you coming up in just a little bit. Who spoke for the first time and spoke about this year and spoke about finances as well. So Nick Kaylee decided to stay with the Rams. Do you know why he didn't take the job? Because it was a competitive salary. They didn't want to pay for him. And I do think he's someone that got away. I think that's a guy that could have really helped. And I think is a reason why they were one of the worst teams in the league for a while. And you know what? For Kaylee's sake, staying with the Rams was smart. You learn more from the McVay offense. You're on a winning team. Who would want to go to the Patriots at a competitive salary when they were that bad? You were walking into a bad situation with an unproven head coach, and in the end, it was probably the right move for Kaylee. Good on him. He's now in a great system, great opportunity with the Houston Texans. But that's who the Patriots defense will go against this week. Nick Kaylee, who is a part of the Josh McDaniels offense, literally from the tree. You guys know this. You listen to the night show. I haven't been a Josh McDaniels supporter, but it worked out this year, and I'll bend the knee, and I already have. But this week should be about Josh McDaniels. This week should be about how he can help the offensive line against the pass rush. This week should be about Drake May and the offense going after that defense of the Texans. This is the Josh McDaniels week. This is the week where Josh McDaniels helps Drake May elevate his game. I still think it's about Drake May. But this week, they know what the Texans are going to run. And Vrabel came up with and Kerr came up with a great defensive scheme a week ago. Now, they already know what the Texans are going to run because McDaniels invented it. This is the week it pays off. And I think as much as we hear about the pass rushers, which that defense is good, I'll give it credit all day long, but I'm sick of hearing about it. And I think the Patriots are too. There was no better coordinator in the history of the NFL, offensive coordinator, that can help protect a pass rush against the pass rush than Josh McDaniels. And I know there's games where he's lost, and I know there's games where it was bad. And I can give you the Eagles game, Super Bowl, where there was a strip sack that ended the game, okay? But there's nobody who knows how to protect against it. Hey, I thought week one Max Crosby would destroy Will Campbell, and they came up with a game plan. They always do. And in 12 personnel, the Patriots are one of the best offenses in all of football. And quite frankly, the Texans, how good are they at stopping a 12 personnel type team? This is why I think the offense and what the Texans have to offer is going to be more difficult for them to score than the Patriots. The Patriots know the answers to the test because they have the guy that literally wrote the test. This is the week Josh McDaniels makes a huge impact. They should win this game this week. The look-ahead line was 1.5. It went up to 2.5, 3 at some places, 3.5. It's essentially a 3-point game. And another indoor team that has to go back-to-back weeks on a road on a short week. All of those things are in the Patriots' favor. But what's really in their favor? The Patriots wanted Nick Kaylee. He turned him down. And in his defense, it wasn't a good situation. Now Josh McDaniels is back, and you have Drake May versus C.J. Stroud against two pretty good defenses. I'm sorry. We're at the table, the poker table. We're putting money down. You're putting money on Drake May and Josh McDaniels to beat that defense. And I just don't see how Nick Caley and that offense, potentially without Nico Collins, and the fact that they might not be able to run on this Patriots defense, my money all day is on Drake May and Josh McDaniels. And I can't believe I'm saying it because I killed the guy for 25 straight weeks. This is the week Josh McDaniels makes a big impact for the Patriots. And I think he gets Drake May up to a big level to beat the pass rush. We'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. Getting back to that, the Patriots last season, they had Gerard Mayo. They had Alex Van Pelt. Well, Robert Kraft spoke about it for the first time. We'll have that audio coming up for you. On the other side, we'll take a quick break. We got in or out tonight. We got musings. We got it all. We also have a Verizon shutdown that I'm sure is making everybody go crazy. Hopefully we can get on YouTube soon. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Hey, it's Felger here, and if surgery is recommended for your injured joint, I recommend calling Dr. Franke before going under the...
Yeah, newspaper on the nose there.
Yeah, that's right. So Robert Kraft today, though, wants to let you know that, he's paying a lot because of the decision that he made. So he just want to let you know that he's spending a lot on two staffs.
Worth it, I think.
I think it's worth it.
I think it's worth it. I think it worked out well.
I still can't get over the fact that they had some sort of clause in place where they didn't have to do a coaching search to just give Mayo the job. So, you know what? I should have had the sniffer out back then. That should have been what is going on there? Not to mention Mike Vrabel didn't even take a job. Was there something in the works? I'll save that for another day. We'll save it for another day. But there's more on that. I'm sure we'll play more tomorrow because that's when I think the entire thing comes out, Skaz. But can you believe I opened the show with Josh McDaniels could be the difference in the win, Skaz? I actually think McDaniels this week can scheme up something to protect Drake May, but also attack the Texans' defense that's been so highly just praised over the last few weeks. Did people remember the Pats just gave up 3 points to Justin Herbert? Or is that, because they just beat 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers. I feel like the Patriots aren't getting any credit, but yet the Patriots are going to see Nick Caley, who the Pats wouldn't give the money to. The guy, he's a Josh McDaniels tree. Literally part of the tree. So I don't know what your thoughts on that take is, Skaz, but I think McDaniels needs to be the difference in this one.
You think he needs to, Joe, or you expect him to?
Expect it.
So Joe Murray believes in an offensive coordinator? Joe Murray believes in Josh McDaniels?
I believe in Josh McDaniels. He literally told Nick Caley everything he knows. He went to John Carroll, too.
Could that be a disadvantage, though? That Nick Caley knows all the tricks and says, hey, D'Amico Ryans, this is what you should be on the lookout for.
Do you think he's good enough to do that?
I'm not sure Josh McDaniels' variety, his bag, is deep enough to avoid some situations like that.
So, like Caley's
he seems
experience,
like a gentleman who uses a lot of the same plays on a consistent basis, I would say.
Okay. Yeah, like the bag is already, people know they have the Rolodex of plays.
Yes. And you mentioned the Texans did just play 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers, and the Patriots did just play Justin Herbert and hold him to 3 points. But the Texans have won 10 games in a row. 10 games in a row. They've won in the wild card round 3 years in a row. And their last two losses in the wild card round were to the Chiefs, I believe, and to the Baltimore Ravens in kind of a blowout game 2 years ago. So if this were, we do a little role play here, Joe. Yeah, we're a sex positive
role play
show.
Wednesday.
Yeah, role play Wednesday. Why not? Yeah, Joe's Street Team Joe.
I just heard him say I'm in.
Of course. If the Patriots were the team that had won 10 games in a row and had won in the wild card weekend 2 years in a row, and we would be saying this is the time they get over the hump, right? We'd be saying they're due. They're ready. Their playoff experience. They need to win this one. Do you have any? Does that give you any fear from a Patriots perspective?
No, you know why? Quarterback.
C.J. Stroud, zero fear?
I have zero. Me personally, zero. He does. Did he have some jitters the other night? Absolutely.
He's kind of a statue back there at times. He doesn't move.
The one thing about C.J. Stroud, if he wants to make the difference, run.
He doesn't move much.
Run the ball. Just, I will say this. The Texans do force turnovers, right? They force turnovers. And there are some teams that they played this year. For example, I look at Drake May as you have to stop Drake May this week, guys. That's what I look at. I don't care about the defense. I don't care about C.J. Stroud. Who's stopping Drake May? Keep telling me about Petrie and all these other guys and Rankins and Hunter and Will Anderson and all these guys. They're all great players. They all are. But can they get at Drake May? I just feel like Josh McDaniels is going to have a game plan to protect these guys. I just do. And I wanted to mention this. The Texans defense this year. See, I think Drake May's running ability is going to make an impact in this game, and the Joe Murray research team is out. The Texans defense this year have allowed a QB to pass for 220 yards and a running back to rush for 50 yards in the same game 4 times this year. Once against the Rams, week 3 against the Jags, Buffalo, and the Cardinals. Patriots did that last week, right? What about with a running quarterback? Right? So 10 quarterbacks have rushed for 20 yards this year against the Texans. Those teams are 8-2. 50. Their record 8-2. 5 quarterbacks, 30 yards, 3-2. Mayfield, Nix, Ward, Mahomes, Herbert. I guess those are good quarterbacks. But passing. They've done well against teams that can throw the ball and run the ball and quarterbacks that can throw the ball and run the ball. I'll give them credit. Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, and then I'll throw Riley Leonard into the mix because they've given up 220 yards passing and 20 yards rushing to those types of quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield's another. Drake May is what people should be worried about this week, not the Texans defense. Your thoughts at 617-779-0985. Mike's in the car. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Joe. I was just calling because I remember when we brought McDaniels back, people were talking about what he'd been doing, like when he was away from the game for a little while or from just being on a staff. And they had mentioned that he was going to different teams and studying their offensive schemes and things of that nature. I don't remember if one of those teams was the Rams, but I just think the whole thing with Nick Haley and all of that is being slightly overblown. Like it's a good play to use for the week because of the fact that we're playing the Texans and they have Nick Caserio and they have Nick Haley and they have guys that were here. But I do think that that's being overplayed, and I just was curious if you think the same or if it really is something that could have a huge inhibition on the game. Thanks, Joe.
Here's what I'll say, Mike. You make great points, and I'm sure it's a great debate. We could do it if you want. This is what I know. I'm critical of Josh McDaniels. To Skaz's point, his bag has been used. He's reached in that bag a couple of times. How many times can the magician pull the rabbit out of the hat, right? How many times? But this magician has Drake May now, that he's never had a guy like this before. He's never had a set of keys like this or a car with these types of options. And he knows how to protect the quarterback. Doug Marrone gets a lot of credit, and he should. But the fact that this team has protected Drake May this year, Josh McDaniels has absolutely had an impact in that. He's done it in tons of playoff games, and let's just say the expectation is he'll get it done once again this week. When it comes to strength versus strength, no QB has been better this season against zone coverage than Drake May. At the same time, no defense has played zone better this season than the Houston Texans. And I'm sorry, the best quarterback in the league against zone is Drake May. That should be the storyline this week. How can you get to Drake May? And I think the Patriots have the plan, the blueprint, and the talent to beat the perennial tomato can divisional round doormat, Houston Texans. We'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. The Red Sox have made a signing. We have to talk about it. We'll do it next on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Red Sox make a signing today. They acquire beat them. This is the time where you say, oh, the Texans are coming with their varsity jackets. The divisional darlings. I'm not settling on house money. I want more. You double down this week. And Jake,
I think it's kind of two different arguments, though. Because, like, where they are, like, it is house money. What they've done, they're here. They shouldn't have been here.
we agree.
That's house money. You're kind of changing the argument when you say because it's the Texans, now they need to win. And I know Jake has some strong feelings on this.
Jake had a term that he'd like to use that I did not like.
No, you didn't like this. You're moving the goalpost. Joe, if I went to a casino and I was playing poker and I said, I'm going to play with $400 and I win on my first, or win 14 hands and I am up a ton of money. And then I go and I keep playing poker and I continue to win more money. I'm playing with my house money.
You're playing with house money.
Because it's not my $400.
I agree.
The Patriots right now, they're up $5,000. They got all the money in the world.
So if they lose, you just take your money and you won?
Yes. And I'm not even trying to sit here as like the crybaby fan. Oh, well, this season was a success. I'm just saying that how can you tell me? I said to you off the air, I said, Joe, 9 months ago, if I told you the Patriots had a realistic shot to make the Super Bowl and contend for the AFC, you would have told me to leave the room, don't come back, and you would have laughed me off the studio.
I would have.
You would have. And rightfully so. Nobody in the right mind thought
No
this
one
was gonna
thought
happen.
this.
But it's happening.
I get the house money take. We agree? We all agree? We agree?
But
house
if they lose, how can you sit here and say that
because
it's a total loss?
Next year or the year after, you're probably going to get Joe Burrow. You're probably going to get Patrick Mahomes. You're probably going to get Josh Allen. You're probably going to get one of those teams. This year, you're not. Like, this is the same argument for the Bills. The Josh Allen and the Bills, if they lose, is it a disappointment?
Yeah, but that's a different scenario.
Totally different scenario.
Different. We're talking about an established MVP quarterback in the Buffalo Bills who have been at this for almost 10 years at this point versus Drake May, who's in his second year.
It's C.J. Stroud.
Well, your better argument should be it's the Houston Oilers. This is your argument,
It's the
Joe.
Houston Oilers?
This is who it is. It's the Texans.
It's the Texans.
This franchise does not win playoff games.
Yes.
They're one of the bottom franchises in the league in terms of playoff success.
So next week, let's say they beat the Texans and it's Buffalo and the Patriots.
Now we're really playing with house money.
You just hit. You're going home happy.
No, do you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm going with it, guys.
So, Joe, you want to get to the point of, like, no matter what, success. But you're saying that if they lose to the Texans, this season could still be...
Okay, the season's a success, guys.
Of course it is.
We all know
We all know that.
But wouldn't you be a little upset they lost to that guy? Well, this is going to be a little disappointing. I mean, Justin Herbert I would have been disappointed in.
Yeah, I take the Texans defense seriously. I take winning 10 games in a row seriously. I think them winning in the wild card the last couple of years, like, I think they are a worthy opponent.
The house money argument isn't this one specific game or this one specific quarterback. It's a season as a whole. The Patriots walked in with $5 in their pocket to the encore and said, oh, I'm going to try and win some money. They went to the slot machines, hit on that. They got the $15, $25 minimum to play blackjack, and they've hit 14 times, and they've been successful 14 times. And last week, they also won their hand.
I mean, the Texans have won 10 hands in a row.
Yeah, so they're hot, too.
They're hot, too.
The difference with them...
Do you think they're playing with house money?
I don't. Because they should be past this point.
They haven't. It's been years.
They were playing with house money when Stroud was a rookie, and then they started losing money. They've gone back into their reserves. They went into that $400.
This is Jake Seymour, everybody, in case I haven't, said all that and introed you. I think we're using too many gambling terms right now.
Well, that's what we're talking about, house money. I mean,
I just think that losing to the Texans and C.J. Stroud, if it was Josh Allen, I'd tip my cap. I can't tip my cap to the Texans. I can't do it.
But how? Yes, if they lose, I would come in Monday and say they choked that one away. They should have beat the Texans.
Thank you.
I would agree with that. But as a season as a whole, they're playing with house money at this point. You told me that if I came in here
I did.
September 1st and said, "Hey Joe, you know what the Patriots are going to do this year? The Patriots are going to the Super Bowl. They might even win. They're going to win the AFC.
I would
They might
have
even win the
checked. I would have looked. I would have told you to pull your pants down to see if you're wearing Patriots pants.
Yes,
Underpants.
That would have been rightfully so for you to do. So how are they not playing with house money at this point?
I just think it's the quarterback, not the opponent. The quarterback. The Patriots should be able to beat this guy this week.
But C.J. Stroud is a good quarterback.
He's
playing in big time. He's playing in bigger games than Drake May.
He's won 3 wild card games.
Well, also going back to college too.
He won. Did he lose the national championship or did he win?
I think
that?
he did, but he had an outstanding
remember.
performance.
Oh yeah,
in that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's playing in bigger games than Drake May. So if you want to look at the quarterbacks, technically C.J. Stroud has more big game resumes on.
Drake May had 1 game and he won it.
Yeah. Well, right now he's 1-0. But you've only done it once against. The Chargers. San Diego.
I'm sorry. Now the Chargers aren't worthy.
I'm doing it to you.
Now the Chargers aren't worthy.
That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying that now that you have the house money that you're talking about, don't you want to double down this week?
Yeah, absolutely. Go all in.
Okay,
but don't tell me either.
We agree.
But don't tell me that when you walk out the door and you lost all the money. Don't tell me you didn't have fun.
Fun.
Or that you enjoyed it. It was a good season. It's been a great season for the Patriots.
It's been a great season.
You know what you have. You found out that you have a franchise quarterback, and the Mike Vrabel culture is working in year 1. I mean, the next step really is to figure out what happens in year 2 of all this. But right now, I don't know how you can't look at this and say they're playing with house money for the playoffs.
Just think they should be able to win this opponent at home.
You're right.
And this, I never expected this. I never thought they'd get to the damn place. Now they're there. I want them to double down and take it all, baby.
Can I give you another gambling analogy
right
now?
Sure, please.
Right now, the Patriots, they're playing blackjack at the table. They got 20 in their hand, and the dealer's got a 7 and 1 card down. And they're looking at it. You should win that hand.
Because you got 20.
Because you got 20.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the Texans surprise you and they get blackjack.
Well.
Then you lose.
You lose.
But
you had the best
You
hand.
just won 15 other hands.
Yeah.
And you only lost 3 of them.
Hey, you only lost. This is now that analogy that you just mentioned. That's the Josh Allen analogy. You're holding 20, but the dealer's got 21 because I think that quarterback's better. Not CJ Stroud's a 2. He's a 5. Now I got all these gambling analogies in my head.
You're welcome.
Now I'm thinking about what's the good hands and what you got a split ace? You got double aces?
Good. A little Spanish 21.
I love Spanish 21. If you go to the Bahamas or whatever, they have all sorts of games I've never heard of before. Yeah. They're fun to play because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just playing with house money.
See, this is
I'm
why
just playing with house money.
This is why I hate gambling because I don't understand enough of these games besides hitting on blackjack. And I also hate losing money, so I'm never going to gamble because I'm going to lose money and I'm going to get really upset.
Who's more likely to turn into a pumpkin this week? May or Stroud?
I'll say Stroud just because, I don't know.
I'm roping doping
that, but
now I'm roping doping.
May's still kind of an unknown. Technically May was a pumpkin against the Chargers. He had that 1 touchdown and he looked good for moments, but he didn't give you the consistent great moment.
Only touchdown.
The only touchdown in the game.
He had
it. So did he show up in the big moment? Sure. Yeah. So maybe that's not him rolling a pumpkin, but as a whole, that wasn't a good game for May. He had flashes going back to when he last played the Texans in his first start in his rookie year. He had those flashes again. The fumbles, the sacks sometimes. And he got himself out of those situations at times.
Don't forget about the house money.
They're playing with house money, Joe.
With a bad quarterback.
And you shouldn't, by the way, be happy about that either. My point is that they're playing with house money, and that's okay to admit. And that just because you've won a few hands now and you're feeling good about yourself doesn't mean that if you lose Sunday, you should feel like, oh, don't worry about it, guys. We won all those other games, so we're all set. We know we got Drake May. He's our franchise quarterback. You should feel upset if you lose Sunday against the Texans. You should.
If the Patriots lose this weekend, it's like breaking even.
I would agree with that.
Skaz?
If the Patriots were playing in Denver this week, I think you would feel closer to how we feel, Joe. Okay, would you agree on that?
Correct.
So I'm with you on the CJ Stroud thing. What do you have, 5 fumbles against the Steelers? Like, they're not playing, prime Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or anybody like that. But I just think the season as a whole, if they lose on Sunday, I'm not going to,
No, I think it's going home breaking even.
All right, that I can kind of agree with. That I can see. But the Texans' defense is kind of the mitigating factor here. I just, Drake May, 1 playoff game, 1 touchdown. We got to see it, Joe. I want to see it again.
All right. I can't wait Friday night. Should we get the poker table out? Should we have Street Team Joe be the dealer? Should we put him in a tux? No. All right, Jake. Well, that was our off-air conversation. And you did the off-air show as well?
I did.
What happened on there?
We had a great conversation about the Grateful Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
R.I.P. Bob Weir.
Yeah, Bob Weir passed away over the weekend.
People got mad when I said the dead is dead.
I mean, the dead's never dead, but I understand what you're saying.
The dead can never die. Remember Jerry Garcia lived in the pouch from Half Baked? Remember? No?
I think a little too young on that side of the room.
I mean, Street Team Joe's wearing a Bill Walton tie-dye shirt right now.
That's true.
What else did you talk about?
We had a great conversation about media and the Lynn Jones situation down in Jacksonville.
Oh, good, great. Jake, you had a great take. You really tried hard today.
Thank you.
You did a great job on the off-air show.
I appreciate it.
You did great video work, and you made a great argument about how the Patriots are playing with house money. Even though if they lose, they'll break even.
Does this feel condescending, Jake?
Yeah, I was going to say, this feels like a backhanded comment.
No, I was doing the interview from the woman.
Oh, I see, yeah. Yeah, that whole situation, we're not going to get into it, but that was embarrassing. That was bad. You can't do this.
What are you supposed to do?
Sorry.
Thank you.
If you want to say
should
that...
you have been let's talk about the game?
What
should he be done?
Time and place. She's a well-respected columnist. I know she's been around the country in multiple different newspapers, but... I can't believe a reporter in a press conference would say that in front of other reporters to a head coach.
Who would do that in New England?
I don't know.
Come on, say it. You know who it is. Rochi.
No, I don't think Roach would do that.
It wouldn't be Rochi? Who about Karen?
No, none of the. I think I have a lot of respect for everyone.
I love all of them.
But I'm saying, I think they have better media ethics than the reporter in Jacksonville.
Who is the person that would be closest to do something like that?
So I don't know. I don't know who would say it.
Rochi. That's all I have in my brain. I'm going to ask him his take. I saw him over the weekend. I'm going to ask him at the game on Sunday. Rochi, would you have done that?
I don't think you would cross the line to that degree.
I want to know his take on it.
I think listening to press conferences throughout the years, I think Rochi probably would have said, great season, you guys played well, and would have asked a question. That was the other problem, too. The reporter didn't ask the question. Dan Roach would have asked a question.
That's right.
I've never sat down and met Dan. Dan has no idea.
No way, you haven't?
No, I'm not.
When you come to the game with me this week.
That'd be great. I would love to
I'll introduce
Dan
you to him.
because he does great stuff.
What a flex that was, huh? I'll introduce you this week at the game on the sideline.
We can ask him about this story.
You know what? I think we should video it. In case you missed it last week, I had a one-on-one exclusive with Mike Reese about the candy that he had. Did you see that one, Skaz? It was groundbreaking.
Yeah, you had a little yogurt before the game. I was dialed into that one, Joe.
He likes cinnamon dots. Did you have the Papagenos dots out there?
Yeah, we did. We had Papagenos today.
Fantastic.
The cinnamon buns.
You know what? One of the great pleasures of working at a radio station is you get all the leftovers and scraps. And I made it here on time today to get the scraps.
Well, they were still here when you came here. Usually the scraps are done by 3 o'clock.
Usually there's nothing. But you texted me and said there's pizza.
I did. I tried sending you a photo too, but Verizon's down. So.
Oh, it's down, huh?
Yeah.
Verizon's down. Verizon's down. But you guys hear that? Verizon's down. Maybe we'll do something on that. Hey, by the way, I teased that the Red Sox made a move. I'm known for that, Jake. I'll tease something coming up. And then,
I'm well aware of this, Joe.
And just keep teasing it and teasing it and teasing it. The Red Sox made a move today, and Jake Seymour is playing with house money. I'm not. I'm doubling down,
Red
baby.
Sox don't play with house money. They barely spend money.
Ness and Joe coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
Later on tonight, Doug Kyed of the Boston Herald will join us, as he always does. In or out, 7:50 tonight, Musings, 8:50. And we might do a 5-call Says It All later. We might have to. Red Sox make a free agent splash. Should we call it a splash? Wait, Street Team Joe, are you a belly flopper? When you go to do you make a lot of water? Are you a splasher? When you go in the pool, do you make a lot of?
I have my own pool, Joe, and yes,
You have a pool?
I have a pool.
Wait a second. When have you been holding out on us?
It hasn't been okay. I was just gonna say it hasn't been warm, but I have been working here for a little while.
What kind?
Now.
In ground?
No, underground. And you know what the best thing about the pool is? We have a tiki bar right next to it. Full bar, full 50-inch plasma.
Can we hang out with your dad?
Yes.
And what's the Sharpie?
Yes, and Sharpie.
Oh my God,
I'd love to have you
Skaz.
come over.
Oh my God.
We got a pool.
Is it like a
and
changing
Sharpie
room?
loves making. He's a big guy himself. He'll be making cannonballs
Dude.
out there.
All right. Just so you know, I'm going to bring Doms. Done.
That's a little pool party at Joe's house.
They're at Joe's house. Street Team Joe's house.
Maybe Red Sox open at that. Oh,
It won't be warm enough, but
No, like a summer day.
Yeah. Book it in
I'm
June,
going to bring
July.
steak tips, sausages. I got the goods. Chicken. I got it covered. It's already done.
I'll bring the beers.
Yeah, you bring the beers, Skaz.
Or
Maybe we can get Luke's mom to make us some.
Hey, Joe, you might have a pleasant surprise tonight, from what I've heard.
Are you serious?
There could be something lurking back here in the studio.
Our intern. Well, Luke's not an intern anymore.
No.
So do I still treat him like that?
Yes, of course.
He just waves to me.
He's already offering to cut some video for us tonight.
Get on it.
Look at that.
Are the Patriots playing with house money? Anyways, how this all got started was, did the Red Sox make a free agent splash today?
Yes.
absolutely.
Like a cannonball?
More of a jackknife, maybe.
Oh, Jack,
but-
I was going to say a pencil.
Yeah.
What is it called? A gainer, like a backflip?
Yeah, something like that.
It wouldn't be a full belly flop or anything like that.
Joe, do you have some moves at the pool?
I can flip, Joe. You know, have you ever played the game Toothpick?
No.
You
what
put a
is that?
toothpick down at the bottom of the pool, right? In the deep end, and then it slowly rises up, and everyone else is on the outskirts of the pool. And when you see Toothpick, you call out Toothpick, yell, and jump in and try to snag it. I'm really good at the game.
We used to do this, the same exact game, but we used to do this with a golf tee.
Oh, yeah, same
you would
thing.
throw
What
a
about-
golf tee.
What about a beer can?
I mean,
That would be
no,
too
it would
easy.
fill up.
Yeah, it would fill up and stay at the bottom.
No, like a full one.
It's never coming up then, Joe. Or I don't know. How are you getting it down there?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Toothpicks and golf tees?
Yeah, it's hard,
Ooh,
but it's fun.
Yeah, that could be a game. I've never heard it. Maybe because I'm not a pool guy. I've never really had a pool before.
A pool, yeah. Being in a pool made me more popular than I truly
Yeah, I
was.
know.
In high school.
Joe, we could have been hanging out last summer.
We could have been hanging out last
We could have
summer.
been having Blue Square, and I'll be bringing Hooters wings over.
Yeah, I know this was a missed opportunity.
No, dude, the Street Team Joe slippery, wet and wild party.
Who else is getting the invite?
Well, I don't know, but remember Eazy-E had the wet and wild party?
Yeah.
That's where. Well, never mind.
It's just going to be my dad and all his friends,
Yeah,
and it's
fine.
going to be a very
fine.
wild night.
Yeah, and they'll just bust our balls the entire time.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Oh man, I love a good pool party. Oh, Skaz in. Oh, Joe, I'm gonna be up. Oh, it's gonna be a fun summer. Anyways, the Red Sox made a splash. All that because the Red Sox made a splash. Ranger Suarez, everybody, free agent signing of the Red Sox. They landed a left-handed starter worth $130 million. Suarez is 30 years old. Spent his entire 8-year league career with the Phillies last year, 12-8, 26 starts, 3.20 ERA, 151 strikeouts, and 100 and almost 60 innings. He was an all-star back in 2024. He's put up pretty good numbers, good strikeout numbers. And here's what I like about this. What I like about the move is they have a top of the rotation guy. Now, I don't know if he's a 2. I don't think Sonny Gray's a 2. But they have multiple guys that can give you innings.
They have like 4 threes.
They have a lot of threes, guys. You're right. I mean, it's Crochet. Right now, if I was running the lineup, if Manager Joe,
Yeah, Manager Joe, you got the uniform on.
I'd go Crochet, Gray. I'd probably go Suarez, Bayo, and Oviedo as your 5. It's strong. But It's not top heavy.
It's volatile.
And you still got the Cutter Crawfords of the world. My only here's another thing I didn't like about it. So overall, I think it's a solid move. We all agree it's a splash.
Agreed.
I'm trying not to use the Bregman angle when talking about this deal, but it's hard, right? They gave him $130 million guaranteed, which means Bregman wasn't even getting that. Think about it. With all the deferral money,
Who would you rather have?
I'd rather have Bregman because of all the lefties you have. I'd rather have. See, I just think with Anderson, Tolley, Connolly early.
But so the only way I'll push back on that is that what Ranger Suarez is.
Yep,
Those guys are still somewhat question marks.
You're right.
And the reason I really like this, I saw this Ranger Suarez in the postseason, 4-1 with a 1.48 ERA.
I was going to mention that.
He's got 13 walks, 44 strikeouts, and 42 in a 2/3 innings pitched. Those are legit numbers in the postseason.
Do you think this opens them up now to maybe move on from one of those guys?
I think you would almost hope that it's Duran, one of those guys, for a middle infielder.
Duran, Yoshida.
I know everyone wants to move Yoshida. I don't know if
He's working out. You see him?
he looks great. He looks great. I'm a big Massa guy. He was the only guy that could hit in the postseason last year.
Yeah. Does this take away now from Eugenio Suarez? Because I think Bo Bichette's out now. Bo Bichette's out. He's going to go to the Phillies. The Phillies would rather give Bo Bichette money than Ranger Suarez.
Well, so that's what I was going to ask. Does this being kind of Dave Dombrowski's leftovers make you wary in any way?
Yes.
Like, why are the Phillies done with Ranger Suarez?
Because they want Bichette. There's a lot today that came out from Buster Olney and everybody regarding the Bregman stuff. Anyways, I like the move, but there is still question marks, right? They spent money. They spent $130 million. They identified him. The betting favorite was him, by the way, at the beginning of the year, because they met with Framber Valdez. They didn't make him an offer, but
and they shouldn't. I'm out on Framber Valdez.
I'm fine with Ranger Suarez being the Red Sox number 3 starter.
Yeah.
Problem is the whole Sonny Gray at the top.
I'd probably put Suarez at the 2, but
Whatever.
Same thing. Yeah,
I'm only going left, right, left. That's really what
okay. I can get behind that.
It's just if you're going to go you could go back-to-back lefties in a series, right? Dude, they have left. I don't know what is going on with all the lefties in the lineup and all the lefties pitchers. Like, are they coveting every lefty in the world? Is there like a lefty tax? What the hell is up with that? Remember the guy they got for Rafael Devers? He's a lefty too. Harrison?
The one they traded already or no?
No, the one they kept. Hey, who's the guy who couldn't throw a strike that they got in that deal too?
Oh, Jordan
Hicks.
Yeah, Jordan Hicks.
He's
there.
in the mix too.
Oh boy, that guy, flamethrower.
Oh man, Red Sox could use a bat, man. They could really use a bat. All right, your thoughts, 617-779-0985. Justin's in Lynn. Justin.
Hey, Joe. Joe, can I just tell you, I'm kind of concerned about the Patriots' offensive line because Will Campbell last week struggled against San Diego or LA or whatever they're called. And I'm just concerned against this Texans front what this offensive line's going to look like, Joe.
Well, if Morgan Moses is hurt, I think he's just sitting out. I understand everyone's upset or everyone's concerned. I don't know why I'm not. And on Monday, if that's why they lose, I'll take the L. I'll sit here and I will take the L. What was all that about, Street Team Joe? Some guy called you? What happened there?
It was a young fan of Kendra Middleton that was...
Kendra?
Yes.
Where's she at?
I don't know where Kendra's
Why
at.
is he calling here?
No, it was a young girl who said she looks up to Kendra.
You know what? We do too. Kendra keeps me in line. She also brings us cookies. I wonder how she feels about the Duvall thing. She comment? I haven't.
Duval.
Are we getting into this tonight, the Duval thing?
I couldn't care about it. Why would I care?
I don't know. Okay, know why I care? Because I don't know how to feel.
Why?
I need you to tell me how to feel.
Yeah, so if it's a situation like that, then Joe, just don't. Just don't feel. That's what I do. You have an opinion on that? That's great for you.
I don't have one.
I can't care about that.
I don't have one, but I'm now starting to wonder about it.
I do like some of the hardo Big J's acting as if it's like the Pentagon or something like that.
So technically, if I have no feeling, I shouldn't care about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, guys. All right. Well, Sean Pendergast, I've talked to him. At it's one of the old buildings we were at, Skaz. I'm walking the hallways one day, and I see a guy that kind of looks like, who's that? Michael Chiklis. That's what he looks like.
The Shield.
And I said, hey, man, you Michael Chiklis? And he goes, no, I'm Sean Pendergast. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you cover the Texans. He worked with our buddy Ted. Remember him? They did a show together in Houston, and we used to have him on all the time. And every year when the Texans play the Patriots, I have him on before the playoff game. I call it the Tomato Can Open. Or the, what do we call it when it's a annual event? The annual Tomato Can Game? Why is everyone pranking you, Joe? What's going on over there? Let's talk to Sean Pendergast. Let's go to Houston. Are there any problems this weekend? We'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more.
to use your phrase there, he was a tomato can for the longest time. Now, we didn't have to marry Janice to work our way. I do think this is a very, very different Texans team, Texans culture, definitely a different head coach than the ones that got walked over by the Patriots in the two divisional round games. Look, the two divisional round games that they played each other before, one was in 2012 with Gary Kubiak and Matt Schaub. The other one was in 2016 with Bill O'Brien and Brock Osweiler, where they had no chance in that one. D'Amico Ryans is a different cat, and this defense is a very, very different unit than anything the Texans have trotted out there before in any of the seasons that they've been in the postseason or really in the NFL, if we're being honest. This defense is for real, and I think that's why if you look at the Texans in the divisional round, whether it's the Patriots or the Ravens or the Chiefs, and those are all the teams they've lost to each of those teams twice in the divisional round. They're 0-6 in the divisional round. The spreads on those games were largely 10, 12, 16 points in the case of that 2016 game against Brady and the Patriots up there. This is a 3-point spread. I mean, the odds makers view these teams as basically being equals in terms of talent and the overall roster, and I think that's accurate. I think the advantage the Patriots have is the game is in Foxborough, and other than that, these two teams are even.
So I think we know now about the defensive line and the pass rushers and everything. Yeah. We're on Wednesday now, so imagine here we've beat the game to death. I'm trying to find another angle on it, and I wanted to get your thoughts on Nick Caley. I always was a Nick Caley guy. I wanted the Patriots to sign him, make him the offensive coordinator, and last year they wouldn't pay up for him. He ended up making the decision to stay in LA and with the Rams in LA and that McDaniels offense. But now he's a part of the Texans, who've had some good offensive coordinators, but now they believe in Caley. What type of difference has he made? And I just flip side of that, that's Josh McDaniels' guy. Josh McDaniels is here. He got the blueprint. Like, I feel like Josh McDaniels has a huge advantage this week with Nick Caley on the other side.
Yeah. I mean, Josh McDaniels is great at what he does. As far as Caley goes, look, through the first half of the season, maybe even more, really until we got into the heart of this winning streak, Nick Caley was very unpopular here in Houston. Not because he's a bad guy or anything like that, but because the offense was having a hard time getting out of first gear. Now, I think what people fail to understand here in Houston, not fail to understand, but people are just impatient, I think. And especially after C.J. Stroud had such a good rookie year, there is people here wanting to see that version of C.J. Stroud again that won Rookie of the Year. And he's getting back to that level. But they tore the offensive line down to the studs this offseason. They brought in Caley. They installed a new system. They gave C.J. Stroud more control at the line of scrimmage, which he didn't have in Bobby Slowick's offense. And he was kind of vocal about that, about wanting more control at the line of scrimmage. And it didn't look good in the early part of the year. There's a reason they went 0-3, and it sure as hell wasn't the defense. So Caley was not a popular guy here for the first half of the season. It's gotten better through this winning streak. It's still not great. They're not a great offense. They're fine. But on Monday, I would say against Pittsburgh, Nick Caley had his best game as offensive coordinator. And if C.J. Stroud just hadn't pulled off so many boneheaded fumbles and turnovers, that's probably a game the Texans score up in the 40s. You know, they scored 2 defensive touchdowns, but they turned the ball over badly a few times. Caley called a great game. They ran the ball better in that game than they had all year long. They averaged 5 yards a carry. They ran for about 160 yards in that game against Pittsburgh. And when CJ wasn't, fumbling the ball on flea flickers and throwing bad interceptions, he was hitting shots downfield to Christian Kirk and throwing some. He was other than the turnovers, played really well. They were 10 of 15 on third down in that game. So it's a long answer to your Caley question. I think people are still very conflicted on Caley here. We got to see how the rest of the season plays out. I know the Texans aren't conflicted on him. He'll be back for another year next year for sure. But it's been very up and down here with Caley this year.
All right, Sean Pendergast joining us here on 98.5 The Sports Hub, works for the Texans Radio Network. What's the latest on Nico Collins? And just to get you caught up, Christian Gonzalez was back at practice today, but he's still in the protocol.
Yeah, it's Nico was not at practice today, so he's deeper. He's in a much earlier stage, it would appear, in the protocol than Christian Gonzalez. I just think the combination. There's two things working here, Joe. One is the short week, which depending, even with a less severe concussion, the short week always works against you because there's certain check marks that you need to hit. This is also Nico's second concussion this season. He missed the San Francisco game in Week 8, which ironically might have been C.J. Stroud's best game of his career as a Texan without Nico Collins in that game. 30 of 38 for 318 yards against the San Francisco 49ers in a win. But Nico I would be shocked if Nico Collins played in this game.
Christian Kirk had a great game. We saw what he did this week, but who else as far as receivers go? I know Jaden Higgins has made an impact this year, but is there someone else that could make an impact if Nico Collins doesn't play?
Yeah, definitely. I would say Dalton Schultz has had his best season as a Texan. He's been here 3 years now. He actually led the team in receptions this year. He had 82 catches. And he's had good chemistry with CJ since CJ arrived in the league. They signed Dalton Schultz back in 2023 to a one-year prove-it deal. Had a really good season, and then they signed him to a 3-year deal after that. Wasn't so great last year, but really, really resurged this year. So I would say Dalton Schultz is a guy to keep an eye on. Jalen Knoll, who's also a rookie, was a teammate of Jaden Higgins at Iowa State, is a guy who's a big play kind of guy, can get downfield. He's really good in the return game, too. We should mention that because special teams will probably factor in to the game at some point, and he's their return guy, and he's had a lot of big plays in the return game. And then Xavier Hutchinson, also from Iowa State. I know it sounds like, a lot of teams, Joe, probably like to collect receivers from Georgia and Alabama and Ohio State. We collect them from Iowa State here in Houston, baby. Xavier Hutchinson, Jalen Knoll, and Jaden Higgins, I think are going to be and obviously Christian Kirk is an A&M guy, but the top 4 receivers on this team going into Sunday, 3 of them are going to be from Iowa State. So take that for what it's worth. But Xavier Hutchinson's another guy. He's a third-year guy. He came in with CJ in that 2023 draft class, and he's had some big plays this year. I think they'll be okay. None of them are Nico Collins. Nico Collins is one of the 5 or 6 best receivers in the NFL, but I do think that they've found some things this year and they played 2 games without Nico this year, and they've moved the ball in both those games and won both those games. So it's not ideal, but I don't think put it this way. I would love to have Nico back. I would feel a whole lot more nervous if any of the top 5 or 6 guys on this defense were out, because we know what this team is going to have to rely on to get through this round and through a couple more games if possible.
What was the talk about Stephon Diggs when he signed in New England?
My thought was, wow, that's a lot of money for a guy coming off an ACL. I really liked Steph when he was here. He was great. He was fun to cover. I thought he was really good. He's a captain. The guys really liked him. CJ talked about him today in his press conference and said he's one of the best teammates I've ever had. So Steph was real popular here. If I had to guess, I think the reason he probably, and I don't know whose choice it was for him to either come back here or not come back here. I don't know if it was the Texans saying no thanks or if it was Steph just got more money somewhere else. I know the guaranteed money wasn't, huge proportionally for what the overall contract was, but I was a little surprised at just the sticker price on Steph. But I knew if his knee was fine that he would be a really good pickup for them, and that's proven to be the case. He's a super hard worker. It was really fun covering him in training camp because he and CJ had chemistry immediately. And obviously, especially this week with no Nico Collins, it would be nice to have Stephon Diggs out there.
And I just go back, Drake May's first start ever was last year against the Texans. And he struggled. He had a couple of turnovers. And not for nothing, Steph Diggs absolutely torched Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah, Diggs was good in that game. Man, does that game feel like it was 10 years ago for you guys? I mean, it's crazy to think that was week 6 last year, and now here we are, and you guys are where you are, and it's pretty cool.
I just have one more Patriots angle.
Yeah,
I guess I'm the one that I'm not buying the Texans. I'm not trying to be disrespectful about it. It's just Yes.
You called them a tomato can.
Yes.
What are you talking about, Joe? You called them a tomato can like 5 minutes ago.
Yes, I have. It's the Tomato Can Divisional Doormat Invitational.
Yes.
Is what I. Yeah. So I guess
You're not trying to be disrespectful. You're doing a very bad job.
But I'll say this. Just come on, Trent Brown, Jake Andrews,
Dude.
like what? Come on, these are former Patriots that are gone.
I'm telling you, I wouldn't have believed it either. And make no mistake, anytime a former Patriot gets brought into the building, we were Easter beads for years here. So anytime a Patriot gets brought into the building, there is that eye roll that goes on. So, and I love Nick Caserio, by the way. Like, I really like Nick Caserio a lot. So let me just put that out there, because I'm guessing New England people are fond of Nick from his 20 years there as well. But anytime a former Patriot comes in the building, there is always that eye roll. But Jake Andrews has been fine. I don't know that that might be somewhere they look to upgrade in the offseason, I would guess. But for what he is, he's been fine. Dude, Trent Brown, I was expecting nothing out of Trent Brown. The league was expecting nothing out of Trent Brown. They signed him to a veteran minimum deal. They put him in week 10, and that was the game that they came back against Jacksonville, the first game of this long winning streak that they're on. And they haven't lost a game since Trent Brown's been put in the starting lineup, and he's actually played pretty well. He's a monster of a mountain of a human being, as you guys know, and it's worked. I can't explain it. Maybe it won't work on Sunday in New England, but for whatever reason, it's worked so far here.
We'll talk with Sean Pendergast down in Houston. He covers the Texans radio network. I just saw Miles Bryant's name at safety too, so I'm trying.
Dude, we got a few of them, man. I got a reunion. I have a reunion segment built out for the show tomorrow, so I've done all this research. Yes,
you should have saw the smile from Skaz, our producer, when you said Easter bead, and it is so funny because we used to play his stuff. It was terrible, but just talking about the defense. I know we know about Will Anderson, we know about Hunter and all these guys, but the guys I look at, I mean. Alshire, right? He's great. Singletary's outstanding. Jalen Petry's the guy that just, when I watch him play, I think he's great. Henry, was it Toa? Excuse me, Alabama kid. But those are the guys that I'm thinking about this week. But Sean, Drake May, he had some jitters last week, but had an incredible second half.
Yep.
Do the Texans realize they're going up against one of the best deep throwers in the league and a guy that has multiple plays this year of over 20 yards downfield?
Yeah, no, I think they know that. I mean, they've gone against Josh Allen. They've gone against Justin Herbert. They've gone against Patrick Mahomes. They've gone against Matt Stafford. They've played one of the hardest schedules in the league. They've got, Trevor Lawrence found himself this year. They went against him twice. So, yeah, I think they're well aware of what Drake May is all about. They've made a lot of really good quarterbacks the worst version of themselves. So Drake may wind up having a great game. I'll tell you, the thing that most concerns me about Drake May is just his legs and his ability to run the football. Because that is where, when the Texans, and it hasn't happened often. Again, this is a defense that was until week 18, when they benched all their starters, they were first in the league in points allowed, and they did finish first in the league in yards allowed. So, I mean, this is an elite level defense by any metric you choose to look at. But where there's Achilles heels on any defense, they're not great in the red zone. They're good. They're not great in the red zone, and they do have a tendency to let athletic quarterbacks leak out and get yards with their legs. That part concerns me more than anything with Drake May's arm, because for whatever superpowers he has with his arm, I will match that with Derek Stingley, Kamari Lassiter, Jalen Petrie, Kalen Bullock, the pass rush, everything else. Drake May be the MVP this season. This is the best defense in football easily this year, and maybe over the last several years.
All right, before I get your prediction, just tell me about Woody Marks. I think he's been a really great addition for the offense. I mean, I thought Nick Chubb would somehow make some sort of contribution, but it's been Marks all the way. Patriots have been outstanding with Milton Williams and Christian Barmore in the front. I think that's how they can if they can get short yardage and run the ball on the Patriots, I think that they'll hang in there. But to me, man, you can pile up all the defenders you want. I just think what Drake May and what they're doing this year is too much. But Woody Marks, I think that's the key for the Texans.
Yeah, well, they got to run the football, and I was surprised at how well they ran it against the Steelers on Monday night. I mean, because that's the strength of the Steelers is they've got grown men like the Patriots do on the defensive line, and the Texans' offensive line has been inconsistent this year. It's been much better than it was last year, but it's been inconsistent. They shoved the Steelers around on Monday night. I don't know that that's going to happen on Sunday against the Patriots. I wasn't expecting it to happen on Monday, so maybe it will, maybe it won't. As far as the running backs go, Woody Marks, they drafted him out of USC in the 4th round this year, and the expectation was he was going to be a third down back for them. Because he's a very good pass catcher out of the backfield. They hardly use him for that at all because he's turned into the guy that they hand the ball to 20 times a game now. He's their bell cow. Nick Chubb has been okay at times. He was really good on Monday night against the Steelers. He had 10 carries for 48 yards. And the big thing was with both of those guys is that it was all positive runs. You know, when the Texans have gotten in trouble the last couple of years, Joe, it's because they either get stupid penalties or they get stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and now they're in 2nd and 12 and 3rd and 15. Woody Marks on Monday had the most carries in a playoff game with positive runs, all positive runs, no negative runs since 2000. He had 19 carries, and they were all positive runs. So, yeah, they're going to need to run the football. They're going to lean on Woody Marks. Nick Chubb will be a little bit of a part of it. Jawar Jordan, who's a second-year guy out of Louisville, may get a few touches. But if they don't run the football, it's going to be one of those games that they're going to have to win because the defense or special teams gets them a few short fields and they win it, 16-13 or something like that.
All right. Well, I'll be at the game this week. If the Texans win, I'll FaceTime you or send you a video, and I will bend the knee at the 50-yard line to the Texans.
Yes. Okay. That sounds good. And if the Texans lose,
I'll send you some.
I will send you a crate.
A crate of tomatoes.
Cans.
I was going to say a crate.
I will send you a crate of tomato cans. Yes.
You know what I'm excited for is when you make the mafia organizational chart for the Texans and the Patriots. Do we call that the Bill Belichick tree? What tree is that?
We might. We might. I think it all circles back to the Don Belichick, who has decided to go on the lam down in the Carolinas, because that's when you go on the lam, you go south like Tony and Paulie did. You start heading down to Virginia and then down to Miami. He's on the lam down in North Carolina with his little, not a Gumar. He's not married anymore. Yeah, but whatever we're calling her these days.
Well, whenever Skaz and I think of an angry woman, we always mention the Mercedes saleswoman.
Oh yeah, Gloria Trillo.
Remember she threw the beef at his head.
Yeah, a London broil.
The London broil, exactly.
Best episode ever, Joe. That was Pine Barrens. That was season 3, episode 11. Greatest episode ever.
Do you know that they're making like a snow globe kind of thing, like an actual figure now of the Pine Barrens scene?
No.
Google it. You'll see it. It's like
I gotta go find that.
Not so much a snow globe, but kind of like a figure like that, which they have to do. Like I think there's even the ketchup packets in it too.
That's incredible, dude. My wife was just asking me, "What do you want for your birthday?" Because my birthday is a week from tomorrow. I know what I'm asking for. I'm asking for that damn snow globe.
He's Sean Pendergast, everybody. He'll be on the Texans Radio Network, Sports Radio 610 in Houston. Sean, always love having you on, man. Congrats on all your success, and you might see me at the 50-yard line on Sunday.
I'm hoping for it, Joe. Hey, it's always good talking to you, dude. I appreciate you having me on.
Keep in touch, buddy. Good luck this weekend.
Yep.
All right,
you got it.
Care.
See ya.
Yep. Sean Pendergast, everybody. Huge wrestling fan. I don't know if I've ever told you the story, Skaz, but I met The Undertaker. And when I met him, I got a few seconds with him. And
what do you call The Undertaker when you meet him? Mr. Taker?
I called him Mark.
You called him his name. Okay.
I don't know why. Don't ask me why I did that.
But I feel like that is his name.
You're right. And so Sarge went before me. He talked his ear off or whatever. And but he got sarged. And then I was next, and I go, "Hey, Mark, how you doing? I'm Joe Murray. I'm friends with Ted Johnson, former New England Patriot or whatever." And I go, "He does a show with Sean Pendergast. You guys all know each other." And he goes, "You tell Big Ted." I said, "What's up?" And I wanted to FaceTime Ted, at the same time. And then when I left, he goes, "And you tell Sean." I said, "Be careful." It was the funniest thing ever. And then I met The Undertaker, and then I said, "All right, man." And then that was my story. You like stories?
I like stories, Joe.
Stories.
I like Sean Pendergast.
No, he's great. He's a radio guy. Oh yeah, we'll be working for him someday, somewhere, somehow. He looks like Michael Chiklis.
I did see that. Yes,
he really does. He could be the Silver Surfer if you wanted to. All right, do you want to have some fun?
I like fun.
I like fun too. Joe, you like fun? Splish splash, splish splash. I was taking a bath in Joe Ariato's pool. We got to hit a break. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Red Sox make a signing. It's Ranger Suarez, not Walker, Texas Ranger though. That'd be cool. 5 years, 130 guaranteed. Patriots injury report. Morgan Moses is on it. He's probably just getting a maintenance day. You go, Joe, you really want to do that again? And I laughed about that today. I laughed about you saying that. The win sucked. I'm a season ticket holder and I love them. Something like that. I don't even want to hear it. I interviewed Fraser Minton today on Nesson.
Talkative.
Boy, what do you ask a 21-year-old from Montreal? Oh, no, Vancouver, sorry.
You didn't have a Tim Hortons question for him?
Damn it.
Tim Hortons versus
Damn
Dunks?
it.
Poutine. You asked him about poutine?
I asked him about the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Boston, and he loves Boston.
Wow, what an answer.
Lucy talked to him about his clothing that everyone had to wear as a dress code.
His clothing?
Well, no, he made everyone wear a dress code, and he actually was excited to talk about the dress code.
Like he instituted a dress code?
He did with the people that he's the Vancouver kid.
What does that mean?
He's from Vancouver, and he had a bunch of goals against Vancouver.
I'm still stuck on the dress code.
Just go to Nesson.com. You can watch the video right there.
That's a big day over there. Ranger Suarez.
Yes, and not. Oh yes, Ranger. And we also had a chance to talk to Kurt Warner today.
You talk about the Super Bowl?
I did not, guys. But
didn't ask him about Ty Law?
I did not ask him about Ty Law, who unfortunately I couldn't connect with this week. If I may.
Please.
In 20 seconds or less, because I really want to do in or out. We haven't done it in a while. I've never been one of the guys who've felt like Marshall Faulk, how he thinks the Patriots, he hates the Patriots, Marshall Faulk. He thinks they cheated in the Super Bowl and
he's a sore loser.
I've never been the guy who publicly says those Rams, they're such sore losers. I've never done that. But today, I felt it, guys. I was like, yeah, you were the point guard of the greatest show on turf, is what I said. I said, how is it playing outdoors when you play indoors all the time?
Not a fan of outdoor football, that Kurt Warner. Not a fan. Doesn't think football should be outdoors.
Pretty much.
No, he said it, yeah.
Pretty much.
Not a fan of the elements.
Yes. So I would if you want to watch that, it's over at YouTube. You can search the show. Boston has entered the chat.
You didn't ask him about Mike Vrabel hitting him up a high?
I did not. I wanted to ask about his movie.
Oh, a great motion picture that was. Golden Globes were recently, right? That had to be up for something.
I did want to ask him about his son EJ as well, who's a college who will be playing.
The Street Team Joe liked the Kurt Warner movie.
Oh, you really did?
He's such a sucker for those
Joe,
underdog stories.
I love Kurt Warner. Thank you for joining me today. That movie sucked. Joe, that movie sucked. It was horrible. It's a true story. Did you know that?
I didn't know that was a true. You didn't like
the
American
only thing
underdog
we
story?
have in common with Kurt Warner is we all bagged groceries once.
Yes. And we could all play in the XFL.
No, he played the Arena League. Arena
League, yes.
Don't ask about the Arena League either, Scuzz.
Why he doesn't like answering questions about
Just don't ask about it.
Well, I certainly enjoyed the line dancing in the movie, too.
Don't remember that.
With his girlfriend.
Do you know who made me watch that movie? Bird. He goes, let's watch the Kurt Warner movie. And I said, okay. And when we turned it on, I thought it was like an AI movie. I really did. I was like, what? And then Deborah, his wife, is it Deborah Warner? I can't even remember her name now.
I forget her
She
name.
had a big part of the movie. Yeah, she was like a rodeo girl,
But
right?
you know what it was?
Remember they had to dance at the rodeo?
Yeah. I watched that movie on the way to me moving to California, so it was like a little sentimental. It was like, wow.
Oh, it was
I'm about to make it out here.
Oh, good. Joe was going to California.
Going to the NFL.
Yeah, I was like, dreams can come
Going
true.
to California. I feel like I should get the Led Zeppelin song.
Yeah.
Of going to California. Spending my days with a woman at con.
I was like, I'm going to be a star after watching this movie.
Made up my days, gonna make you a star. Going to California with an aching in my heart. Well, we were supposed to do in or out. Let's do it at 8 o'clock. Why not? We got the great Doug Kyed joining us at 8:20. Wait, what did I have on the rundown for 8 o'clock? Yes. Oh, Drake May was a baller. Did you know that? Basketballer.
Yes.
I was next to his brother.
Seen the highlights, yes.
Wanna be a baller.
Also heard he's a gamer as well.
So do you think he plays video games well and Michael bakes?
I mean, yeah, that's the dream, isn't it?
I wanted to ask about the Super Bowls, guys. I really did. But my takeaway was...
Should have asked him about Isaac Bruce or Torrey Holt.
Yeah.
And the end for them.
Or Adam Vinatieri going to the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Could join him. The kicker. Or losing the Super Bowl. Remember that one?
What's that feel like? Remember when you lost?
Hey, Kurt, remember when you lost to both the Patriots and the Steelers? How'd that feel?
Remember when you lost as one of the biggest favorites in Super Bowl history?
14 points.
Yeah.
It was a great. I'm being serious. It was a really good interview, and he was a good guy. So it's over on Nesson if you want to go watch it. We'll break. This hour of the sports was brought to you by Valvoline and Oil Change. Man, they are just you got it must be oil change season. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You can save 15% off an extra oil change. What are you chuckling at back there?
Street Team Joe's giving me Kurt Warner facts back here.
Oh, what else?
He was the last quarterback before Patrick Mahomes to win the MVP and the Super Bowl in the same season.
Yeah, that was asked today. We asked him if Drake May could do it, and he kind of. I don't think he was on the. I don't think he wanted that.
Did you ask him if Stafford could do it this year?
He loved Matt Stafford.
That surprises me. That really surprises me.
To your point, after talking to the man, I don't think he likes the Patriots.
No, Kurt Warner. Those Rams, they were so well mannered after that game. Handled it like true professionals. They didn't bitch in the media for the next 25 straight years. No, they haven't done that. They got over it very quickly.
I mean, it was a great interview. Go watch it. It's over at Nesson.com.
Yeah, 10 o'clock. Go watch
YouTube. It was great. But we talked to Drew Bledsoe yesterday, too.
Drew, what was it like watching Tom Brady steal your job and fulfill your dream of winning a Super Bowl?
Do you know what Drew took credit for? He was throwing passes to Mike Vrabel, and Bill Belichick saw it. And he went, wow, this guy's got good hands.
He didn't think, wow, that's a good pass from Drew, though. He thought, Mike Vrabel, my linebacker, is certainly good at catching this pass.
So Drew.
But the number one overall pick throwing him?
So Drew thinks that it was him.
Hey.
Who found Mike Vrabel.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
No, Drew was great. He's got great wine, too. Maybe I'll have him send you a bottle, guys. A celebratory bottle. Maybe we could bring it to our pool party that we're having at Joe's house. All right, well.
Drew Bledsoe, a more important Patriots figure than Bill Parcells.
Coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
It's over, Joe. Our long national nightmare is over.
I was with people today who's, is your phone working? My phone's not working. It was panic. Is your phone working? My phone's not working. No, my phone worked just fine today. What was there, a heist? What happened?
An outage, Joe. An outage.
Oh, an outage.
Yeah.
So
Took down the whole eastern seaboard.
So you couldn't get online?
Well, like I was home on the Wi-Fi, so it didn't affect me too much. It was when I got in my car that I realized how bad it was.
So how was it driving from near Gillette Stadium, Bellingham,
Massachusetts?
Hey,
Yep.
you love the ham.
I'm a ham guy, Joe, I guess.
You're a ham and egger. How was it without having any phone access?
Yeah, it was perfect. I know the drive by now, Joe. No issues whatsoever. It did feel a little lighter on the roads, though. Maybe a lot of people bagging out early from work today. Systems down.
The Verizon's down. I gotta leave early.
Exactly.
It was hard for some people today.
I wonder how our sales guys made calls all day.
I mean, how did you log into our computers?
I had to use someone else's login that didn't have Verizon. But we're back, Joe. We're back. We're logged in. In or out's ready to go.
Let's go. What do we got first?
Let's start with a good one, Joe. It's been a while. We're going to start with LeBron James. Everyone is familiar with LeBron James. LeBron James is now donning a special edition 23rd season jersey patch beginning 2 nights ago in Sacramento, the city where he began his legendary career in 2003. The patches will be removed from his jersey after each game, and some will be placed into ultra-rare trading cards. The patch features LeBron's pregame silhouette, tossing the chalk in the air with the 3 colors of the 3 franchises he played for. Joe Murray, are you in or out on LeBron James getting his own special edition 23rd season jersey patch?
Out. Now, would it be a cool card to collect, like a patch auto LeBron card? Yes. But this is like getting the birthday hat, or you get to wear the special hat today because it's your birthday. He's the only one in the league that's wearing a patch.
He's LeBron.
Stupid.
Yeah, I don't really. To me, this seems like, is he retiring? Like, why are we doing this now?
Can we? I'll make this quick. LeBron has really, okay, Tiger Woods was the best in the sport. Dominated, right? Literally was the best. If Tiger somehow was just I'm done, he'd be the greatest golfer of all time, right?
People would argue Jack. He has more majors than Tiger, but yeah, he's right up there. I think Tiger in his prime is the best golfer to ever live.
Who's had a bigger fall?
Second, or Mac Jones will have a Super Bowl ring at the end of the season, is what you're saying?
One of them will win.
And you think it's more likely that it's...
I was a kid. I had a Bury the Bears t-shirt. But 1985, Steve Grogan led them all. Well, not Steve. It was Tony Eason, but Grogan played because they sucked. But yeah, Patriots, and then it was Fridge Perry, Walter Payton. I'm in, Skaz. One of them's gonna win.
What a world, Joe! What a world. Joe, this from our good friends over in Scotland, a leading expert on the Loch Ness Monster who has been studying and trying to find the creature for the last 40 years, has put his career to rest, Joe, and says the Loch Ness Monster does not exist. He tried, he looked everywhere, said he's still welcome to more information, but he's calling it quits. He is out on the Loch Ness Monster. Joe Murray, are you in or out on the Loch Ness Monster not existing?
Well, if he tried it, then I'm out. Then I'm in with him. I'm out with him. But do you know what I have gotten into lately? Bigfoot. Has anyone ever said, "Hey man, have you ever looked into something and then you look into it and you can't stop?" I was at a card show. Ardiak, if he's listening, he goes, "Joe, Bigfoot." He goes, "Yeah, there's aliens, this and that, but how could there not be a Bigfoot?" And I'm just staring at him, looking at him like he's serious. And I'm like, all right, well, let me look into it. So, Joe, you're on TikTok, right? If you type in Bigfoot on TikTok,
it's going to take over the algorithm.
All you'll get, yes. You know what I get a lot? Tell me if you get this in your TikTok. People making houses outdoors to live in?
Yes, I do get that.
Out of wood?
Or people survival tactics to outside.
Is that in your algorithm nonstop?
Yeah, it's in my algorithm.
Me too.
You know what's also in my algorithm? I used to look at how when we discussed Jaws, I was like, Jaws was in my algorithm for a while.
Oh, really?
But now it's turned to abandoned animatronics and where they are resting.
So like Chuck E. Cheese? and
Yeah, so
stuff?
like there's the Moby Dick, an original movie. That animatronic is buried in Lakesville, Massachusetts, in that lake. There's a lake in Lakeville, and so Moby Dick is buried there, and so you can go see the original Moby Dick.
Do you believe Moby Dick's buried there, Scott?
Do I believe there's an animatronic version of Moby Dick buried there? Sure, why not?
Yeah. Remember Jake Taylor in Major League?
Yes.
She wanted him to read Moby Dick. And he read the Cliff Notes version. And Willie Mays Hayes was like, why are you doing that? And he's like, this is a fine piece of literature. I watched it recently. That's why I'm quoting it. But he had to read Moby Dick to impress his old girl.
You know where the original Jaws animatronic is?
No. Is it in the Martha's Vineyard?
No, actually. But they did have a big 50th birthday bash for Jaws last year. It's actually in the...
Go anywhere.
this week with Andrew Callahan, and he was asking questions about football or sex, and I didn't know what I was listening to. Do you remember that conversation?
Unfortunately, I do remember that conversation, yeah.
I think you had to go to another room.
I did. I was sitting next to my daughter. That's inappropriate discourse.
Well, I won't do that to you tonight. But I just talked to Sean Pendergast. He works for the Texans radio network. And, well, they feel very, very confident this week. And one of the discussions we had earlier today was, are the Patriots playing with house money? And I think the answer is yes. But I almost feel like I would be a little disappointed. Last week, if they lost, I'd be disappointed. Mm-hmm. But now that it's C.J. Stroud and, the divisional doormat tomato can Houston Texans, nothing's changed for me. Like, I know the Patriots are what they are and, have this great year, but I know they have a good defense, the Texans. I still feel like they're those divisional doormats.
It feels like we might be building up the Texans a little bit too much heading into this matchup. Their defense is great, and I think the Patriots will have issues at times moving the ball, just like they did against the Chargers. But, yeah, I feel like you feel more confident going up into this matchup against C.J. Stroud than you even did last week against Justin Herbert. And look what happened to Herbert out there. So, C.J. Stroud fumbled 5 times on Monday Night Football. I don't think they're winning the game if C.J. Stroud fumbles 5 times. I don't know if they're winning the game if he even fumbles 2 times. So it's interesting that the Texans are feeling confident in this matchup. I guess I don't blame them just because the Patriots probably still look like this unproven team. But I feel like Patriots fans are probably feeling somewhat confident heading into this matchup too.
Oh yeah, I'm the most confident I've been all year, and maybe that's a bad thing. But what I saw last week was a Patriots team that was really well coached, that believed in the scheme, right? Listened to them. They believed where the players were, where they were. Like when I think back to the game against the Chargers, it was the Christian Ellis that was all over the field, right? The safety who had led the team in tackles as a rookie,
Craig
right?
Woodson, yep.
Craig Woodson, right? I just think of those guys and everything. Marcus Jones was outstanding. A sack, 6 tackles, tackle for loss. Like to me, they did everything and they trusted each other. And I just feel like this week it's about Drake May. Like he had the jitters early on, but now it's time for Drake May and Josh McDaniels, who, by the way, is built for this, right? I've been so critical of Josh McDaniels. He's built for this type of pass rush and protecting Drake May this week. And that's where I just don't think the Texans can keep up offensively to what the Patriots are going to have this week with Drake May.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think that the Patriots can do a lot of the same things on defense that they did last week against the Chargers. The Texans' offensive line isn't quite as bad as the Chargers' offensive line, but they're not great. You've got Trent Brown there at right tackle. You got Jake Andrews there at center, 2 former Patriots. The rest of the line's not shaking out too great right now either. Run game doesn't really worry you too much. If Nico Collins misses this game, which it looks like he's trending to do, then that's their best weapon being taken off the field. And Stroud is just someone who makes a lot of mistakes and hasn't looked that great since his rookie season. So I think the defense should be able to swarm and play fast and do all the things that they did against the Chargers. And I think that, Josh McDaniels, he's done a very good job against the Texans all throughout the years when they had J.J. Watt and other guys rushing the passer, and he always does a pretty good job of neutralizing that pass rush. I think the pressure will get to Drake May at times, but I also think it helps playing the Texans a week after the Chargers when those two teams are built pretty similarly on defense.
Yeah, and, how about back-to-back road games, right, and a dome team on the road? How many times do we hear about dome teams playing in cold weather? Like, all that's back out on the table this week. But I wanted to get to something else here, Doug. I remember Nick Caley. I remember him being the tight ends coach. That's the guy that I wanted to take over. And they did offer him the job. But what happened? They didn't offer him a competitive contract, and he decided to stay with the Rams. At least that's the way I heard it and was reported. But isn't Nick Caley basically, a disciple of Josh McDaniels? And isn't everything that they do this week something he probably learned from the guy who literally created the blueprint?
Yeah, no, there's the Patriots know that offense very well, and obviously you could say that the Texans know the Patriots offense very well too, but yeah, when it is that student and mentor, the mentor probably knows it a little bit better. Josh McDaniels' brother is on the staff there, so yeah, this Patriots team knows this Texans team very well, and it is interesting, seeing the Texans this season because when they started off the season 0-3 and then 2-3, people I think were starting to call for Nick Caley's job. They pulled it together pretty well there. All things considered, obviously 12-5 record. They've made it this far. So Caley's doing a pretty good job for the Texans. I don't know how he would have done last year with the Patriots. He might have been back as a positional coach this year if he had taken that job under Gerard Mayo. So it seems like things worked out pretty well for both teams. But no, I mean, I think that that Texans offense pretty well. Like I said, the Texans know the Patriots offense pretty well too, but the Patriots offense is higher functioning this year.
Doug, did you see the comments from Will Campbell today on Will Anderson?
I did, yeah. I was there. I think I asked a question.
Oh my God! Our Doug Kyed of the Boston Herald had a chance to talk to Will Campbell today about Will Anderson. What did he say, Doug?
He said that he had a feeling that he was going to be seeing him again at some point. And here it is. He said that he was very impressed. In his freshman year, he played against Jalen Carter and Will Anderson and Jared Verse. He said all sorts of very complimentary things. But the most interesting that I thought he said was that when he played him as a freshman, he had a pretty good idea that he would get to see him again. And here it is. They're going to see each other again.
Well, I've seen that matchup before.
Yeah.
Doug, did you know that last year when the Patriots took on the Texans, it was Drake May's first start?
Yes.
And how did Drake May do?
Promising, but intercepted twice, fumbled 3 times or fumbled once, 3 touchdowns, 20. I forgot what his numbers were, but it was decent, but not anywhere at the level that we've seen them this year.
Takeaways from that game: number one, Stephon Diggs torched Christian Gonzalez, but now Stephon Diggs is on the other team, and they're without Nico Collins, who didn't practice today.
Yep.
I think they're wide receivers. I know Kirk had a really good week, and they've drafted well over there, but I don't know. I feel like this week they're going to feel the impact and the loss of Stephon Diggs. The other thing there is I did think Christian Gonzalez got torched in that game. He was back today, but still in the protocol?
Yeah, still in a red non-contact jersey, but it feels like from seeing him out there in the red non-contact jersey participating in drills that things are trending in the right direction for Christian Gonzalez. And that really would be massive to have Gonzalez on the defense for the Patriots and no Nico Collins for the Texans. And obviously you don't want any player to miss a game with a concussion, but that certainly gives the advantage to the Patriots there because Patriots secondary was great last week against 3 good wide receivers with the Chargers. And now to face a Texans team without Nico Collins, you've got Christian Kirk and 2 rookies and Xavier Hutchinson. Like, it's just nowhere near as impressive without Collins out there.
Also wanted to ask you about, is it Darrell or Darryl Taylor?
Yes, Darryl Taylor, yeah.
So is this the old gamesmanship? You got cut, bring him in, tell us everything. Zoe was talking about this today, how when he became at the end of his career, he'd get brought in and, they're playing a team and they just kind of pick his brain on it and whatever. Is this that type of situation, or could the Patriots use a pass rusher like him?
I think they could use a pass rusher like him. The interesting thing is that the Texans really aren't that complicated on defense. They kind of do what they do. They don't blitz a whole lot. They don't disguise coverages a whole lot. So I really don't know what you could really pick Darryl Taylor's brain about for the Texans defense that you aren't already seeing out there on film. But yeah, I mean, the Patriots could use more pass rush help. They got Anthony Jennings and Elijah Ponder out there. If they feel like they can get a look at Darryl Taylor this week, and if they feel like he can provide, more pass rush help, more juice off the edge than the guys that they currently have out there, then yeah, I could potentially see him being active either for this game or if the Patriots move on. But yeah, it's funny. Texans fans seemed a little bit upset that the Patriots had done this. And it's like, well, maybe don't cut the guy then. I don't know.
Yeah, just hang on to him. Don't do that stuff. So what am I missing this week? Like I hear about the pass rush. I care more about Petrie and guys like that. I think they have other players that are very, very good. And I think Rankins is somewhat their most underrated player on their defensive line. What am I missing this week? Like what is a key for you in the matchup between the Texans and the Patriots?
It's interesting. Obviously, Derek Stingley, fantastic cornerback for the Texans. I think that Drake May has to be very careful out there because they are good at generating turnovers. Derek Stingley's a fantastic player. The guys off the edge can create turnovers, can create fumbles. So I think that's the big thing. But I'll also say that obviously you don't want Drake May against the Chargers to have 2 fumbles in the interception. But he's also not a mistake repeater. So it almost makes you feel better heading into this matchup that he had those turnovers, that he had that ball security issue last week against the Chargers, because now you know that that's going to be an emphasis from him and Josh McDaniels and Mike Vrabel that you can't do that again. So maybe last week serves as kind of a good reminder for him that he's not going to do that again. But no, there's nothing really that crazy missing in this matchup. The Texans defense is fantastic, and Drake May just has to be better than them.
Doug, is this game, when you look at the coaching staffs on both sides and even management, we had, again, I mentioned Sean Pendergast does a great job for the Texans radio network, but we were talking about the mob family tree map, that is Bill Belichick like the godfather of this entire, I know that, the coach doesn't and et cetera, but look at everybody else. Is this like a product of Bill Belichick?
Kind of is. You got Caserio there as the GM. You've got a lot of former Patriots coaches on their staff.
They got Trent Brown and guys like that too.
Yep. Trent Brown's out there. Jake Andrews, who was drafted by Bill Belichick. Mike Vrabel, who was signed by Bill Belichick. So it's funny. Yeah, this is kind of a Belichickian game, and it shows the impact that obviously he's made. He's a lot, obviously, like some of the respect is gone from him after the UNC game. I'm not saying that's right, but it feels like that's kind of the narrative. But this is a good game to reflect on what he gave to football, because I was looking at a tweet today. Mike Tomlin doesn't have a coaching tree. None of his assistants ever became head coaches. Like that's just wild. Whereas obviously you can criticize Bill Belichick's coaching tree, but so many people that Belichick hired and worked with have gone on to be successful, and this is a good game to reflect on that.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the stuff behind you right now. What are those starting lineup figures?
Got some starting lineups. Got a Calvin and Hobbes book up here. Yeah.
You got some new stuff. I feel like I haven't seen some of this.
You got some, I think these were a gift from Olivia, like these little mini Funko Pop Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I love the Ninja Turtles Funkos.
Yeah.
Let's see, get comic book Hot Wheels.
Get some Hot Wheels. Yep. All Ford Maverick Hot Wheels, because we've got a Ford Maverick. So I thought it'd be fun to have some toys of.
Is that a Magic 8-ball?
I've got. Yeah, actually, you know what this is? This is a Magic 8 bill.
Whoa.
Came from Subway. So shake it up, and I don't know if it even works anymore. It never really worked that well.
What do you like to get at Subway?
If I go to Subway, I'll probably get a meatball sub.
Me too. Me too.
Meatball sub, I think, is the best thing there. But back in the day, I used to get the what is it, like the sweet chicken or something like that, teriyaki chicken with like sweet onion sauce. That was my order in high school.
Well, Doug, I was on the sideline last week.
Oh, yeah.
And, I didn't mean for it, but I was talking to one of the Patriots doctors about hands because of Justin Herbert or whatever. And little did I know that Drake May is doing his national, interview before the game. And then there's just me in the background. And I didn't know because, again, I was just there. And I kind of almost collided with Drake May. But he flew by me. Like, he's big and he's fast.
Imagine if you had injured Drake May before the playoff game.
I would have let them literally hang me. And I don't want to. I would have let them just take me out, man.
That's a Seinfeld episode. It really is.
Take me out.
Yeah.
Just take me out. I'll be there this week again. I got to look for you.
Yep.
Where
I'll
were
be
you?
in the press box.
Oh, you'll be in. Okay, you'll be up there.
So do you stay down the field the whole time then?
I'll be in the 98.5, the Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network booth.
There we go.
So I'll come up
Yeah.
and see you guys.
Yeah,
And then
definitely. Grab some food from up there.
Yeah,
The spread's always good.
So last week there was the chowder was incredible. I got a clam chowder. It was really good. And they had some good lobster rolls as well.
They did. They served the lobster rolls. That's a playoff special. The first time my daughter ever had clam chowder was in the Patriots press box because I took her there for one of the night practices.
Wow.
And then since then, I've taken her to like nice restaurants on the Cape, order clam chowder, and she's always just like, it's not as good as Gillette Stadium, which is just the funniest thing. We're spending like $13 on clam chowder, and she's like, nah, that stuff at Gillette Stadium's way better. And you know what? I have to agree. It's really good.
I love the chowder. Now, the lobster pot, they have some of the best lazy lobster I've ever had. They break it up for you, right? And then they put it in this little pan with like breadcrumbs and lobster and whatever. And then you go get some saltwater taffy down the street, right?
Yep.
It's just,
Yep.
oh, P-Town is such a fun little place.
I'm going to be a lazy lobster guy this summer because I think I mentioned I did the full lobster last summer. It's like a 1 in every 5 to 10 years type of thing. It's way too much work. It's way too much effort. I'm just doing lobster rolls and lazy lobster this year.
Are you a hot buttered or cold?
For the lobster roll, I prefer the cold, but yeah, I'll dip the actual lobster in butter.
Do you put celery or lettuce on it?
Yeah, I'll take some celery. I'm not a big lettuce guy in general.
Thank you. Me either. Hey, Doug
Yeah.
Kyed, not a lettuce guy.
No,
yes.
I'm not a tomato guy either. I don't know if you're a
What
tomato
about,
guy.
do you eat salads?
Yeah, I'll have salads. Like tonight, honestly, I made a cheeseburger salad for my wife and I. Like fried up some hamburger meat, put some onion in there, threw some cheese on there, made like a little bit of a garlic aioli, and then put it on lettuce. Save some carbs, you know?
Well, I want all the carbs.
Carbs are
It was
great.
funny when I was leaving Gillette, there was some, they put them in little plastic bags, the lobster rolls.
Yeah.
Just doesn't feel like it. I mean, I wanted to take them. Was thinking about a 3 a.m. drive home, eating a lobster roll in the car. I just don't know how that would feel the next day.
Also not a food that you necessarily want to eat if it's been sitting out there for a few hours, you know?
Yep.
Seafood will get you sometimes.
Oh,
Shrimp
yeah.
will get you sometimes. I think it's gotten all of us at some point.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Our chat is, you mentioned Subway, and now everybody's talking about their favorite place to get sub. Jersey Mike's is very good.
Jersey Mike's is good. My favorite one is in Walpole, a good food store. It's a deli next to Big Y.
Oh, I'm Lambert's all day, baby.
Lambert's is good too. I enjoy Lambert's, but good food store. I grew up. I worked at that Big Y in high school in Walpole.
No way.
So
where the
when-
Starbucks is and all that.
Yep. Produce department. I was an original employee of that Big Y. No big deal.
Speaking of that, I interviewed Kurt Warner today.
Nice.
And I didn't feel like he was pro Patriots.
Interesting.
Is that common for those Rams that were on that team?
Oh, probably, yeah. A little bit of a grudge still. I think most players of that era probably aren't very pro Patriots.
I was like, yeah, MVP. What do you think? Drake May, MVP, and same season, the Super Bowl. And he was like, nah, Matt Stafford was better.
I mean, he's a Rams guy too, so I guess. You know what's interesting this week? I haven't noticed a lot of like vitriol from Texans fans the same way that I did last week from Chargers fans and from the Bills fans in the past and everything. Not a lot of hatred out of that fan base so far.
Yeah, it's because they know they're the divisional doormat. That's exactly what they are. 0-6 now. So streaks are made to be broken, obviously. They've won 10 in a row. They've lost 6 of these things. Like,
crazy.
I don't know, man. When I see who's the old, who's their safety right now that played for the Patriots? Why am I blanking on Miles Bryant?
Oh, yeah.
When I see Miles Bryant at strong safety starting, I'm out. Give me the Patriots. You got your prediction this week?
I don't have it fully in place yet. I'm going low scoring. Off the dome right now, I'm going to say 2017 Patriots.
There it is. He's Doug Kyed. I'm going to look for him. We'll cheers to a clam chowder over the weekend. Thanks, Doug. Appreciate you, man. I know you've been coming on with us all year long. Hopefully we can do it a couple more times this year, my man.
Absolutely. Anytime, Joe. This has been fun.
You got it. He's Doug Kyed, everybody, and I'm glad that he doesn't like lettuce. Team no lettuce. He's Doug Kyed of the Boston Herald. Go check him out. We got to go to the break. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Ranger Suarez and the Red Sox, 5 years.
pressure increased, and that just didn't bode well for the Chargers. They had a great opportunity, early in the game, didn't hit it on fourth down, then got the ball in a turnover inside the 10-yard line, couldn't capitalize on that. Those were kind of their chances to get some points and to kind of flip the script and force the Patriots to play from behind, but they were never able to do that. And then once the Patriots played from ahead, I'd say in the second half, Josh really got the offense on track, and they hit. We were more consistent moving the ball, and then defensively Patriots played from ahead, and they played well with their pass rush and put a lot of pressure on Herbert.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. It's Joe Murray here. One of our old interns is here. His name's Luke. You might have to pot his mic up here for a second, guys. Luke, in front of him. Luke doesn't have a headset on, or he does. But what is one thing I always say for the interns not to do? What do I always tell you to say, not to say when talking about the home team, Luke?
I've also been taught that. That's been drilled into my brain at the one. Shout out to Ithaca College. Mm-hmm. Drilled into my brain. You cannot use we.
Okay.
They hit. We were more consistent.
We? Did you hear that?
I mean, Brian Scalabrine also says it.
Yeah, but he's a homer. This is Bill Belichick who hates the Patriots.
Bill Belichick's.
He's a Patriot.
Play it again.
They hit. We were more consistent.
We were more. We.
Sound like the pig in the Aflac commercial.
That's what I was thinking of.
You would be a great voiceover in one of those like Red Bull gives you wings commercials, Joe.
I can see that.
I'm more of a Celsius guy.
Well, of course, naturally. Loyal to the brand.
What was that pig's name? The little pig. What commercial was that?
I think it was Aflac. I think.
Joe, what's your best? Give me your best Aflac.
Aflac.
Are you surprised Bill Belichick said we?
Yes. The reason, so if you look at what I sent you on the thing, right? It's basically a bunch of fans, right? Who had to be like, did he say we? Let me just pull it up here. Yeah, it says, looks like Bill Belichick said we.
They hit. We were more consistent.
We were more consistent.
Trying to find another we in here. Play from behind. We're never able to get ahead. 10-yard line. We. Well, Luke, the cookies were good.
Glad you liked them.
Thank your mom again.
I will. Thank your mom if she's listening.
There was a certain kind of chocolate in the cookie outside of the chocolate chip.
Yeah, there's like a chocolate filling on the inside, I think, and then there's obviously the chocolate chips.
Great.
See, I was thinking this earlier. Like, I say that things are underrated sometimes, and it's really just like me underrating them. I think I don't appreciate just a good cookie enough. Like, cookies are phenomenal.
I don't either. What'd you eat for dinner tonight?
What did I have for dinner tonight? I had a couple slices of that pizza we had in the back there, and then I had brought in some chicken, avocado, sour cream, and corn.
Did you know that Tom Brady used to promote all that stuff?
Chicken, corn, sour cream, and avocado.
Avocado ice cream.
I am aware. Yes.
Do you know what commercials he's pushing now?
He was in was it Papa Gino's?
It was Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut. All right, got to mix up. Pizza
By
Hut.
the way, did you know that Pizza Hut? I love Pizza Hut. You know why?
Yeah.
Joe, Street Team Joe, you like Pizza Hut? He's not listening.
He can't hear us because the mics
are off.
Yes.
Pizza Hut is pure butter. Hey, what was Moscatel doing here?
He's hockey or something. He's just checking in.
He really does look like Will Campbell, huh?
A little bit. He's upset about the phone outages as well.
I don't think we have time, do we?
For the outages?
Do we have to go to break right now?
Well, 9 o'clock. We want to do musings at 9?
Just real quick. I want to hear someone today who dealt with the outage that really, really ruined their life today. Like, it's got to be like ruined your life kind of outage today.
definitely someone out there that happened to.
No, well, again, because I was on Nesson today at 4:00. So the people that I was with were like, dude, we have no phones. We can't communicate. And I was like, my phone works. And when I tell you that the people, and mostly everyone's younger than me anyways. So everybody basically couldn't do anything because of the outages that were there.
Brutal.
It was bad.
Brutal.
Should I do this giveaway as well?
Yeah, why not?
I want to know somebody today. How bad was your outage? We'll do musings on the other side, but first, be caller number 10 right now to our contest line at 617-931-0985. You win a pair of tickets to the Duncan Women's Bean Pod Championship at the TD Garden on January 20th. Be there to witness prime college hockey and see two-time defending champs Northeastern try to hold their title against Boston College, BU, Harvard, Women's Hockey Times. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Be caller number 10 to the contest line. We'll break. We'll get the musings. I want to know who got outed on outage today. We'll find out next on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
This weekend, the Providence Bruins have two great games and two great promotions. On Saturday night, the P Bruins become the Providence Hot Wieners and a P Bruins rebrand night. And on Sunday afternoon, it's Big Winner Day with great giveaways, prizes, and more. Go to ProvidenceBruins.com for special ticket offers.
Scrub-A-Dub's unlimited car wash plan lets you wash anytime for one low monthly price. Your car will always be Scrub-A-Dub clean.
Anytime's a good time to be Scrub-A-Dub clean.
that there's a Reddit out there that talks about the night show, and that all I do is talk about poop and food and betting.
Mix in a conspiracy theory or two.
Yeah, like tonight we had
A little panda talk.
Well, the panda, and then mine is Street Team Joe just showed me the Papagino's breadsticks.
No less than 10 minutes ago, Street Team Joe said he was extremely full.
Yep. But now he's... You know what I'm kind of upset about? We had no sauce. I'm a dipper.
You are a dipper. Hey, you got complimented on your sniffer the other day as well.
I was complimented on my sniffer. I get the best sniffer in the business.
Thankfully, you're sniffing that microphone and not the one to your left.
Okay. Let's play it. Guys, I'm busy. I know we're all busy. I pretty much have been unavailable from like 1 o'clock to midnight. It's going to be like that for a while. And I'm not upset about it. I just can't listen to the shows as much as I used to. So I have people text me, hey, did you see what Zoe did? And I'm like, no.
Did you hear what Zoe did?
So I just have been missing a lot. And I'm wondering if we should turn the bed down. Is it worth that? Should we hear it with the bed and without the bed?
I'll play it for you, Joe. I'll mute the bed.
Is there only one, though? There's only one?
The file I have in front of me is 8 seconds long.
Okay, and could you at least give us a preview of what we may be hearing?
Fart, Joe. It's going to be a fart.
And it's not a dealt it kind of situation. We know who dealt it.
I think this man is taking full ownership. I did hear maybe that he said it was fake today. I don't know if that's true, but I did see that floating around that it was.
So is he like
maybe insecure? A pre-recorded fart? I'm not sure.
Is he insecure about it now?
You think he?
Listen, dude,
he didn't feel like it was as good up to his.
Up to par.
No, I think Joe, you be the judge of this one. All right.
All right, let's hear it.
They got it.
That was a pusher.
Some strain behind that one.
That was a fart knocker. Oh! Oh! It sounded like bricks falling. Do it again.
I'm glad, you already ate, Joe.
What was the reason for that?
I believe Maz complained about him doing such things, so that was his retaliation.
So I have not seen it. I have not smelt it, and I know who dealt it. That was a lean. Was that into the microphone?
I believe the microphone was taken off the table at Gillette Stadium and placed under one Scott Zolak, and that noise is what followed.
So I was with him in the booth on Sunday.
Well, open air in the booth, right? You got the windows open in there?
Do you know what, though? To be honest with you, if you're going to crop dust, there's no better place than at the stadium.
It sounds like an experienced man there, Joe. Sounds like you're speaking from a...
No. Dude, do you know the amount of people at the game?
About 45,000.
Yes, that were just walking up the stairs with beer. And you know how, like... All right, maybe I've told you about this, but when I played football on Sunday mornings, we were in a league, and we'd all play, and we'd all drink the night before, right?
A lot of smells.
The quarterback would get in the huddle, dude, and his lungs reeked of booze. And we'd be like, huddle up, right? We'd get in the huddle, and the dude would be like, all right,
I mean, that was just a guess of what was going on in those huddles, Joe.
I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, if you're letting one of those go, you got to be expecting it. That's like almost a change of clothes type fart right there. That's like a wardrobe changer. It's gonna be like a T Swift concert with the amount of outfit changes after one like that.
That rip right there is one you got to check.
Yeah. Oh, that's a checker.
Yeah, that's a checker. Anyways, we get in the huddle. Dude would just open his mouth and be like, all right, trips left. And we would just be like, whoa. Speaking of, I was thinking about this. Skaz, when I first saw you today, where did we see each other for the first time today?
In the men's room.
At the urinal, right?
Yes.
Is the urinal a
safe space?
Free reign?
I think you're allowed to rip cheeks at the urinal.
Like when you were growing up and you farted. Did somebody
I've
say...
been doing it all my life, Joe.
But did somebody say, dude, do that in the bathroom?
I don't know if I was ever in such a situation where my fart caused another person to intervene.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, the nuns used to say that to me.
You were just letting them go in front of the nuns, Joe?
Well, no, but oh my God, in church, dude.
Those who fart in church sitting on pew, Joe. Right?
Oh my God.
That's what I've heard.
I was blindsided by that fart, bro. So, what? I'm confused now. So, Maz was talking to Zoe about his flatulence?
Maz was at the studio.
Okay.
Zoe was at Gillette. Apparently, he was complaining about his bodily functions, and that was when Maz put the headphones on, and that was Zoe's response to one Tony Maserati, I believe.
I don't think I've ever publicly farted on the radio.
Not to that extent.
I mean,
squeakers come out, you know?
I don't think
We had one at the Bruins press conference the other day, too, but we never really got into that. I got it, Joe. I saved it.
Is it okay to play?
Why would it not be?
All
It's a
right.
fart.
Swear to God, I'm not lying. This is a true story. Skaz was working the game, and I'm in the studio, and I remember like writing the headline for the halftime or whatever intermission, and I have very good ears. Like, and I have a really like weird smell. Like if something smells bad, I'll yak. I've had some situations before where it just something stinks. Oh, I did share how one time before a game in high school I had the dry heaving. I shared this with you last week, right?
Yes.
The double barrel bathroom situation. I won't repeat that.
I think you did share that on the air.
That would make you throw up.
Oh,
right?
without a doubt.
And to this day, I still tell my friend about that.
Thank you.
I needed it. Where was I going with it? Oh, yeah. So I'm writing like an update, and I thought I heard a rip. And then Skaz goes, dude, you got to hear this. And he said it to me, and it didn't sound like the one that I heard, so I wonder if there were multiples. But anyways, this is one that Skaz discovered.
So we play a lot of sound on the Bruins pregame show, and this was a clip that was used in that segment, and there was just something about 8 to 10 seconds in that caught my attention.
All right, let's hear it.
Like I said earlier, it's just I've been pretty fortunate the last little while. The pucks have gone in, and it's just the way that's hockey. So it's just like, I don't know. I'm sorry I don't have a better explanation, but it's just one of those things that everybody goes through, and we'll just try to get out of it as quick as we can.
So it sounded like when you go, oh, no. Hear it again. Let's get my ear. I'm going to turn my headphones up now.
I'm sorry I don't have a better explanation, but it's just one of those things.
Oh, yeah, I heard it.
I'm sorry I don't have a better explanation, but it's just one of those things.
Now, is that a locker room fart?
I think that's someone in the scrum maybe getting a little too comfortable down there.
So, do you know how you can, like, what do you got, Adobe back there? Or
News Boss. Yeah, Adobe, yep.
Can you highlight Zoe's fart and slow it down?
Hey, give me a moment.
This is Mark.
Your wish is my command, Joe Murray.
I've lost my headset, dude. All right, I got one more now. One more request. Okay. Can you do any like modulation to it? Like, you know how you can do like Alvin and the Chipmunks?
You mean do like squeaky mask to Zoe's fart?
Yes.
Oh, well, give me a second.
Can Street Team Joe hear this? This is the funniest. You can hear all this? I'm looking at you, and all you got is a smile on. I have a cramp from laughing. I really didn't eat anything today either. Oh my God, this one's gonna be the. I get her. Here we go. Get ready, everybody. Skaz has now modulated the fart.
It's a lot of work to be done back here, Joe.
But just real quick.
We can break it up into segments if you'd like. If you want to diagnose this thing. The end, the real flutter at the end there that's something special. Is that clothes? Is that clothing ripping in the wind?
Can I hear it normal now? You know what's funny, real quick, before you play it? Do you think it hurt?
Who am I to comment on another man's bodily functions if they hurt? That sounded like a pusher, though.
I'm 43, okay? Large man. I'm gassy at times. Definitely broccoli is like a gas.
That one's a trigger for you?
Yeah, dude. The other night, I got a McDouble cheeseburger. And I actually had two. It was the night before the Patriots game.
Yeah, you're bulking up. Long day.
In the middle of the night, I had when I tell you it was a dark and stormy night. And the gas, you ever get that pain where it's like, I gotta let it rip because it's like hurting me. The double cheeseburger smell, I don't want to smell that again. But it was very soft coming out, Skess. It just you ever hear Shawshank like up and gone like a fart in the wind? It was kind of like that. That one was like a forced one.
They got it?
The McCone laugh at the end is really tremendous.
I don't think McCone could believe it. Anyway, so do we have any more known farter? Has anyone else farted on the air? Is it Zoe?
There's got to be more known farters.
Have you ever gone to like a department store and you know how they have an intercom?
Someone farts on the intercom?
Yeah.
I've seen that in movies and such, but
yeah.
I've never seen it in practice.
Did all that farting, did we lose Street Team Joe?
Well, I mean, we're going to pull back the curtain here a little bit. Street Team Joe, in the midst of that conversation, you mentioned that broccoli was kind of a trigger for you,
Yeah.
Joe. What do we have tonight at the studio?
Pizza. Cheese.
Street Team Joe got up from his seat and said, what's a trigger for me? Pizza.
Did you? So we had a viral situation on TikTok this week from the post-game show. Did you guys hear about it?
Yes, top cheese.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we talked about it.
Yes.
Sorry, guys, I can't remember what we talk about, what we don't anymore. Sometimes I don't know if we talk about things on the air or off the air.
It all kind of just melts together.
Yeah, it does. So we were doing the post-game show, and a guy calls in about the Pats. He was leaving the game. And he basically said, like, the Texans, they're going to rip top cheese. Wait, who did I say? Who did I just say? Texans, yeah. They're going to rip top cheese against the Patriots this week. And then he hung up. I heard them giggling when they hung up. And I don't know why, but I just said rip cheese. I didn't understand. Like I was, and Dundero just basically just brushed it off and we moved on to the next. But I almost felt like I needed to make an executive move there. I kind of think I missed an opportunity, Skaz. Come to find out the next day, I get home, and I wake up in the morning, and I'm tagged on TikTok of somebody sharing that they called into the postgame show after the Patriots on 98.5 The Sports Hub and heard the call, and then they played my reaction on the air. But since when is rip top cheese funny?
It's like a hockey term, I thought.
It is?
Well, just like, top cheddar.
Well, he's got
Luke's saying it's his generation.
What? Can you explain it to me, Luke?
It's just like, it's hard to explain. It's just like a certain, like Skaz said, it's just a certain I just
ripped some top cheese.
Hockey slang lingo. Yeah, it's a Massachusetts high school kid hockey lingo, basically slang.
Did you ever see Dumb and Dumber?
I have not.
You haven't?
No.
Skaz?
Yeah.
Remember when he grabs the lighter and farts? Do you think Zoe's done that?
Yeah, probably. Yes.
All right. We've been doing this for a little while now. I didn't even plan this. We were supposed to take the 5 calls says it all, who had the really bad day when it came to
Verizon.
So tell me about your so you were good.
I was fine because I was at home for most of the day. I saw it on Twitter and stuff that there was an outage, but I didn't know the extent of it until I got in my car and drove here, and my phone literally just SOS. But hey, no issues. I was driving here anyway, so it didn't affect my day.
Somebody in our chat named Clancy Wiggum. Joe, you must have lethal rips, dude. You know where mine are bad is in the bedroom. I think when you're under the covers, right?
Well, you can't escape, Joe. There's no escape.
Is there a food that gets you? Makes you a little gassy?
Maybe soda or something. I feel like the carbonation sometimes.
Well, I get gassy too from the carbonation, but I'm talking the smell.
Maybe I'm not eating enough greens, Joe.
You know what's one? Lobster with butter. It's the butter, dude. It's not the lobster. It's the butter. All right. I need to regroup real quick because I'm crying. I have a cramp from laughing. I saw it on Twitter. I just didn't really know it was like that. Dude, I got to tell you, him getting that audio is one of the best rips I've ever heard.
It's a clean rip.
It might be the best rip of 2026.
I mean, so far, it has to be, right?
Can you give it to me? Can you give it to me one more time in modulated? Can you give it to me? I want live, modulated, and slow-mo. I think you already did all three, right?
They got it?
It's such a ripple effect. Can you play it backwards? No.
Sure, I could. Let's see.
There's
a lot going on
That's
there.
an explosion, dude. You know anyone that can do the fart with under their armpit?
Not in 20 years. But yes, as a youth,
actually,
for sure.
I don't think I know anybody that can do that anymore. Someone on the phone says Dallas. Should I take it?
It's got to be Dallas.
It's gonna be Dallas. Do you know Luke? Did you screen this? Is it worth
Terry in Dallas.
Should I take it now or should I take it on the other side? Now? Okay. Terry is in Dallas. Hi, Terry.
Hey, Joe, it's Harry. It's Harry Kronick from the YouTube.
Harry Kronick Jr., how are you, sir?
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
How you doing? Did you hear that rip from Zoe?
I did. I think I heard it down here in Dallas.
It rumbled.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I have a Verizon story from an outage today.
Okay.
So I'm an IT director for a big corporation down here in Dallas. I don't know if you know, AT&T is the local carrier down here. So our company had the great idea to switch to Verizon today. When all of our executives were in town, they flew across the country to come in for a large meeting, and they had tasked me at 1 o'clock today to sit down with all our executives and take their cell phones away that the company provides to them and give them a brand new phone with Verizon. So not only do I look incompetent for our executive committee, I'm also scrambling for about an hour, not realizing that there's a large outage across the country. And lo and behold, I have to go with tail between my legs to all our execs and say, whoops, sorry, we're going to have to try and turn on your AT&T line and see if we can give your phones back to you. So, yeah, it was great time today. Great time.
And then I'm sure everyone blamed IT.
Of course, as always.
Yeah. And did you let one rip after it was all said and done?
I'm ripping now. It's 8:30, and I finally just got done with this conference that they had. So, yeah, I'm scared bleepless all day today. So
yeah. What part of Dallas are you in?
So I actually live about an hour and a half away from Dallas in a really small town. So I'm driving back now. So I won't be home till 10 o'clock our time. So I'll be tuning into the show all night.
Well, we got you for another half hour. I went to Dallas. It was really big.
Yeah. It's a good time. It's I miss the Northeast, but yeah, it's interesting down here.
Yeah, you're kind of not. I mean, what are you? 2 hours from Houston?
No, it's about 6.
Oh,
from
6?
Dallas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's 6. It's 6 hours.
What's the talk right now for sports out there?
Cowboys fans, I think are the new Browns, the new I don't know whatever low team. They have no faith in their team. That Jerry has killed this team. They have no faith in Dak. They have no faith in Jerry making the right move. So they're done in football, basketball, of course, with the Luka trade. No one's tuning into the Mavericks. The Rangers maybe have the hearts of the town right now, but sports is bad. Being from New England, where title town pretty much, it's fun kind of rubbing it in their face.
Yep. All right. Well, hopefully they happy with their head coach because there's 9 new head coaching vacancies available.
And Jerry won't pay up for anybody, so they'll have to be.
Yeah. All right, dude. Thank you for listening, man. Have a good night. All right, bye. That stinks. Imagine being the Verizon guy for the company or the IT guy for the company. Can I just hear the fart one more time and then we'll go to break? I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on
There was some shaking.
I have that previous segment that we just did. It was. I just got, dude. This was so hilarious. You were making me cry. I would just like to let you all know that I had a cramp. You ever get the one when you play basketball? You know the one I'm talking about?
The running cramp, yeah.
Dude, I have been pushing on this bad boy for like a while.
In through the nose, out through the mouth, Joe. Breathe that baby out.
No, I was told put your arms in the air.
There you go.
Do I have like Will Campbell arms right now?
Wave them like you just don't care.
Oh, speaking of the Will Campbell.
We saw Moscatel.
No. Yes. I next time we go to Sylvan Street, I gotta. So Moscatel's the accountant for, or the account manager. But I remember the Slack I sent you. Can we play that? Is it clean?
It's not clean.
It's definitely not clean.
But yeah, if you give me a moment, we can play. Well, before we play that, former intern Luke has some questions for Joe Murray.
Oh, Luke,
I got some would you rathers, Joe. You're familiar with the concept.
Yes.
All right, Joe. Would you rather? Now, I will say before this, I want you to think about these, okay?
Okay.
Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Where was Luke in 2010 when we were doing this with Wiggy?
One horse-sized duck.
I was 5 years old at the time. You would fight? That's insane. Joe, you were at the Patriots game on Sunday.
You asked me a question.
Did you see the security guard? I don't know what their title is on the horses. On the horses?
Yeah, I saw them.
You see how big those horses were? Can you imagine if a duck was that big? Can you imagine if a duck bill was that big?
You asked me a question.
All right.
I gave you an answer.
All right, fair. Would you like to explain any further? No?
I don't want to fight a bunch of little ducks.
But you want to fight a duck-sized horse or a horse-sized duck
because at least I'll go out by one.
Okay. All right. Question number 2. The final question as well. Would you rather? This one is a little bit easier, I think. Find in your attic 1,000 cockroaches or one human being.
One human being.
Really? Really? Wow.
Are they embalmed?
They better be.
Wow. You would rather find a human being in your as in like living in your attic.
Luke.
That's my name.
Answering the question.
I
would like one human being.
God, I missed you two together.
Guys, give me your answers to those 2 questions.
I'm lighting the house on fire either way, and I'll take the horse-sized duck.
All right, wow. See, I'm 100 duck-sized horses because you could totally just kick them around.
It's too many. It's just simply too many.
If there's one cockroach,
there's 1,000.
Well,
thousands.
Yeah.
Out. Dude.
Ain't on a human in your attic.
I mean, they're dead, right?
No, living in your attic.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that before.
Street Team Joe is living in your attic.
In your attic, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you deal with the situation?
I'd have to ask them to leave.
No, I thought you said that you did have this happen.
Oh yeah, I've seen it happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys know that like people live like in
that doesn't make you think like how'd they get there? What was going on?
There was a movie. There was a show I just saw on HBO that had a person living in the attics that they didn't know, and some of the old homes had tunnels in them, and people would always hear things thinking that their house was haunted. No, it's just people living in their attics.
There's always like one of those.
I'm not sure which is worse,
or like where someone just stays in the crawl space.
Do you know who had it? Actually, it was a show about everybody used to send Skaz, you know about this, pen pals.
Yes,
but they used to write to houses, just houses, and people were writing to this house, and come to find out, like these people there was tunnels. You know who was in it? Stifler's mom. What's her name there?
Jennifer Coolidge.
She was in this movie or show.
Local girl.
Yes. Do you have another one for me?
That was it.
Yeah, because the horse-sized duck is going to peck me to death.
Okay, I just thought of another one.
Okay.
Bo Bichette or Cattell Marte?
Cattell Marte.
Hold on. What did you just say was going to peck you to death?
A duck.
The horse-sized duck?
That's what it is.
I don't think that 100 duck-sized horses could take out a human. I really don't.
Yeah, they can.
I don't know. Okay.
Joe, you want to hear from Will Campbell?
Please.
I don't give what anyone says, to be honest with you. It's easy to, type behind a Twitter account that, is fake. As I hold myself to the highest expectation of anybody, I want to be perfect. And it's hard for me to, get told that it's going to be hard to be perfect. But, the Chargers, obviously I didn't pitch a shutout. I had 2 or 3 plays that I wish I could have back. But that's $300 million in defensive.
What was all that about? That got sent to me by Adam Kaufman. I think I'm missing something. What happened? Why is he saying this?
Well, because he had a bad game.
What's the $300 million part?
Like the Chargers had a $300 million on their defensive line. So he's saying, I did all right considering the guys that were on the other side. I don't love the comment, but I think that's his line of thinking.
What?
Like the guys on the Chargers defensive line.
I get
Yeah.
it. What's up with the computer keyboard guy?
I think he's just saying the Twitter trolls are maybe out after him. I don't know.
Really?
Seems like kind of an odd time for the comment, though.
What's going on right now? Why are they talking about the Chargers? Will Anderson. You gave up 4 sacks against them last year. Rankins in the middle. Hunter. Petrie. Now listen, I don't want to hear anybody make fun of Petrie. He wears the Guardian helmet and his head looks huge like NBA Jam, but don't look at it. Just, he's a good football player. Are we late?
Nope, one more break, Joe.
Oh my God.
Take it to 55.
Do we don't have another hour?
We're out at 10 o'clock tonight, Joe.
Oh my God, I thought we had another hour to go.
Nope, Joe, we're out of here in 10 minutes, 9 minutes.
Okay, there's calls.
Please.
Do I go? What, we get 5:55? Do I have to go?
Take it
break?
to 55.
And then we go home.
And then we go home.
Okay. What else do we? Oh, tomorrow's Chara night.
Big night.
Just want to let everybody know. We're gonna go live. So we're on 6 to 7:30. So we're on 6 to 7:30 tomorrow night
with Ryan Johnston, I believe.
He'll be with us.
Well,
are we kicking it over to the network?
Not kicking it over to the network. We are going to carry most of the ceremony here.
Oh, live on 98.5.
Live. The ceremony starts at 6:22, I believe. They're telling fans to be in their seats around 6:10.
Oh, so we'll be we're just going to play the whole thing live?
We're going to yes and no. Yeah, we might have to find some spots to fill.
So Ryan's going to be on the night show tomorrow.
I believe that is kind of the plan, yes. You and Ryan.
Really?
Joe, I'm kind of making it up, but I think that's the plan.
Okay. And we're going to talk about Chara.
A lot of Chara. There will be some montages. I'm sure other people will talk about Chara. Some speeches, maybe.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then we'll go to the network after?
Then we will go to the network at 7:30. You will do first intermission, second intermission, and then you will go home.
Wow.
8 o'clock game, so it'll end right around 11 o'clock. See you later.
Okay. Let's go to Steve in Miami. Steve.
Hey, how you doing today, Joe?
Hey.
I'm happy to be able to talk to you. I'm happy to be able to talk to anybody because I have Xfinity and the phone just came back. All day was out. I guess them and Verizon. But I want to talk about the signing of Ranger Suarez, which I actually like, but the Red Sox are going to have to win games 3-2, 2-1, 4-3, because they still need somebody off offense. And they're offensive to me because they didn't want to give Alex Bregman they lost him for $10 million more, and for not having a no-trade contract. Now, I think it's overpaying for him, but right now, that's what free agency is anyways.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know where they're going to go. Maybe with the extra young people that they have as pitchers, maybe they'll try to get Marte again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if I want Suarez because he strikes out forever.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he could maybe hit 49 home runs, he batted, 229, I think. So, that makes me think of players in the past who could hit home runs or strike out. And if you got runners on base, you don't want you want somebody who can put the ball in play.
Yep. What was worse, Zoe's fart or the throw up he had? Topher, what do you got?
Just loving every minute of what I've been listening to, man. Thanks. The Domino's employee that I had to call for my dad got wind of the fart that you guys played on YouTube.